So, we are live, by the way. What's good was good.
What's up?
It's been a while since I've last interacted with this game. And,
yeah, I mean,
it always makes me doubt. Like, has something changed drastically since I last seeded a tournament? You know what I mean?
You know,
like it's been like a month.
I get what you mean. Not like seeding is a little different because it's like, like I think that's the one thing that actually could change is like player performance. But I had that like somewhat level of anxiety going into commentary for Outplayed because I was just going around. It's like, yo, I'm not crazy, right? Like, just the game hasn't changed at all, right? Like, it's the same since the last Salty I did, and all the Strive players I talked to were just like, yeah, it's still the same. Don't worry. It's like it's just exactly how you left it off with. I'm like, okay, thank goodness.
I think it's the weird thing, right? When you don't really actively play the game, and you only really interact with it on commentary. I used to play, right? But the game kinda it's so dead now in Denmark that we had to move it from our monthlies because nobody signs up.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, it's like I should definitely get more involved with the game. Like actually sit down and play it some because there's still stuff that I'm like referring to on a surface level. Like I have the vague concept of what like Asuka spells do, for example, but then compared to the actual people that are in this, they know the spell names and whatnot. So that's just one of the things. Like, okay, if I want to take this to the next level, it's like I should be more involved with that. And part of me is just waiting for 2.0 to do this because that seems like it's like any anniversary event or like addition for a game. It's like, oh, you want the perfect jump-in moment? That's it right there. The big 2.0 or like, you know, the big 0.0 version of the game.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing, right? That you don't know how much 2.0 is gonna change. So that's also very interesting, right? Like, is it gonna be like a big deal? Is it gonna be some smaller changes?
Yeah, that's for me. It's all fair game, right? Because like I've only had the briefest experience playing it on release, and I was just within the friend group, so I never really sat down and like properly learned Strife. In that way, it was just more so like, oh yeah, here are the habits that my friends do, and that's how I beat them with some basic combos. And then now, just observing it from a commentator's perspective, I have learned a lot. I know a lot now. I just can never apply it. I don't have that muscle memory in me.
I mean, if you don't have the practice right, then
no, yeah,
it is very practical in that sense.
Yeah. I'm generally just paying attention to what's going around, and I think Lemming, who's going to play up right now, is a pretty exciting person to watch because one of the characters I'm like considering, like this is the one I'll pick up. I'll just have to see how it goes with 2.0, but I'm very interested in Anji.
Yep. I mean, it seems to me like the Anji players are having fun. I don't get it personally, myself, but.
Like it's like he doesn't have a meterless, like he doesn't have a DP, right? He has his meterless reversal in his parry, which is one of those things where if you understand how to use it, it's a really, really good tool, and it's especially very usable in the mid-screen situations where a lot of people, especially characters with like longer range, just want to try to poke you out. And then you once in a while you go, you know, do a good gamble here and there, and then you just spin through and scoop them, run your mix, whatever you like. So and then I think he also has some like really sleeper OP buttons is the discussion I keep hearing around. It's like, this character, we don't talk enough about Anji. Like, why are we letting this guy slip underneath?
Oh wait, 1 second. I was game capturing 2x KO in the in the Strive.
Oh dear.
There we go.
Well, they're running the intro, which, you know, deservedly so, because Baiken's intro is every time, man. They just make her intro so the best. Anji versus Baiken here, where I guess it's just how the Japanese characters go. They just have parries in their kits.
Baiken versus Anji.
Right, let's see.
Ooh, okay, a little shimmy action there. See Lemming's coming in nice and aggressive with the 2D, but just slice spacing from Lunacy. She's now unfortunately having to hold the corner pressure, the patience. Fujins keep coming out, and good opportunity to punish, and there you go, right? Parry fun time. Just a slight little frame trap, a little gap, and you can just smash on out.
Jumping in, that's gonna connect. One bar tension now for Lemming. Oh, alright. Bit of a hero burst. Let's see if it turns out well here for Lunacy.
Already applied, so... Oh,
no burst, dude. That's gonna kill. Nice.
That was one heck of a turnabout. That's exactly the kind of stuff that Lunacy needed there to turn that situation right around there, starting things off nicely aggressively. Kabari is applied, so the throw becomes way more threatening as well. But there it is. Anji just spins into attack. Why not?
Burst. There we go. Parry. You really gotta be aware of Anji because he can just press that parry button at any time. Be ready to just run up throw or something.
I mean, the same goes for playing into Baiken, right? Especially with the red parries, she's able to just bust through your pressure, get that blowback. Ooh, trying to be a little fancy with the schmicks, but doesn't quite work out, and ends up getting back thrown into the corner. Now with the Kabari apply, that should have been the combo, I think. Or did the Kabari expire?
Alright, so 1-0 Lunacy. Stuff.
Lemming's falling a little short here in some of the more scramblier situations, as he's definitely able to start momentum pretty strong, as well as find some really strong reversal points, but then, yeah, like being a little too fancy. Like, I see the BRC mix attempt, and it's just that small incident into Lunacy taking control of the situation and then just completely steamrolling Lemming.
Yeah. Right. Oh, tries to gold burst. Doesn't work out here for Lemming at all. Sanson.
Good frame trap there. This time without the super parry, not able to access it. Frame one reversal. That should be enough to kill right here.
No.
Ooh, not quite.
Too heavily scaled right. Anji got some guts. Oh, no!
Oh. Yeah, that's the other classic about parries, is that with, like, baiting a DP, it's very matter of fact, right? Like, the DP comes out, you've blocked it. Life is good. But with a parry, there's just that ever so slight, like, apprehension of, like, do I press right now or ever so slightly later? The safest option you could go for is throw, but, you know, in Strive, it's not, unless you're Baiken with the Kabari play, you don't really get combo throws.
Nice. I mean, trying to get something started right. Does have burst, does have tension, but there we go, the parry the other way around. Now I feel like we've gone full circle with all the parries. It's,
we've seen, well, only the spin really hasn't hit a mark just yet. So.
No, the spin hit. The spin hit as well.
Oh, the spin has hit? I thought it would just like respawn into the follow-up without actually connecting. Oh, just XP.
You know, in my brain is messed up now because I keep thinking I've been playing so much 2KO that everyone now has a wake up DP. You know what I mean? It's just like such a weird universal wake up DP being a thing. It's so weird. So in my brain I was thinking, all right, Lemming gotta be careful. The wake up DP is gonna be there, but there's no wake up DP.
Yeah, I mean, there's the wake up parry, right?
That is true. That's kind of like a wake up DP.
Oh, you mean the wake up attack?
Yeah.
Oh, the wake up attack. Yeah.
See, in 2XKO you don't have enough defensive options. You need more. That game does not have enough defensive options. But here we go. Game 3. Let's see if Lemming can turn it around. Immediately bursting again. Very happy just kind of throwing that burst out early.
Okay, trying to go for some interesting instant overheads, but doesn't quite land the timing. Nevertheless, looking to maintain the pressure and the cash out on the damage here. Not going to quite get the kill, and this time ready for the parry. Using RC after the throw, looking for that finishing touch, but doesn't quite connect it here. However, Lemming has quite the journey to make this comeback happen.
Yep. On the forts get hit even once here, and that does it.
Well, not at all. Skip damage.
Oh, it's gonna do it.
Oh, very nice air-to-air interrupt there. And gets a side swap off of it as well, so Lemming's back towards the wall, not a lot to escape with, but the backdoor incident into the tether, trying to go for the charge dust.
Rob here, ball lemming. Oh no, that's gonna connect.
RC
Might be able to kill,
damage. I think even like it would all been scaled a bit too much.
Yeah.
Might maybe just ever so slightly on the wall damage maybe, but excellent throw interrupt and yeah the OTG to finish things off there. Lunacy with the 3-0 finish. Personally, I did not have that in my books. I mean, then again, I'm more familiar with seeing Lemming play than Lunacy.
Lunacy is quite good. Lunacy is quite good. Is one of the higher rated players on the the rankings for Salty.
Greg, das ist super crazy.
Ja, ganz natürlich.
Alright, cool way to kick things off then.
Yep.
So, not the end of Lemming's journey, however. So, we will be seeing him hopefully later, as he is one game away from a stream reappearance. But however, that is Son in his way, so it's going to be quite the challenge.
Absolutely. And this matchup here now it's quite interesting, right? We got YoKai Faps, of course, the Jacko, very very strong, and then we got Sin, someone who occasionally shows up. I assume is still on the Chipp. Gonna be
you say occasionally, but I don't like occasionally in a sense like does he just play Salty regularly but doesn't make it to the stream portion of it, or
was very active in the early days of Strive. Usually top 8 kind of player, and then fell out of Strive a little bit, and then came back sometimes. It's like it's a bit in and out in that sense.
See.
With at least with journey tournaments, but it's an incredibly good player, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Also, is a kid. Genuinely is like 13 years old or something.
What?
Yeah.
Where his parents?
Mentally, it's like 12-year-old.
Hmm.
It's crazy. He's gonna do some crazy stuff.
All right. Well, maybe we'll get to see the young man reactions, the prophesized young man reactions, and especially on Chipp, right? Like, there's some good executional demand on that character. So,
yeah,
definitely well within the benefits of being of having the younger person reactions. Yeah, if it's Chipp versus Jacko, I feel like it's a bit of a struggle to kick things off with, especially if Fabs can get the ball rolling, right? Summon the goobers, creates a lot of screen occupancy, right? Easy to deny the approach of Chipp. But at the same time, right, once Chipp does finally navigate through the minefield, it should be lights out, barring, of course, system mechanics, or maybe like a Hail Mary Elysium driver, right? Just like 50 meter, get off of me.
It's going to be very interesting. It's also interesting seeing join the lobby.
That would be very interesting to see when they join the lobby, and that would be something, huh?
They're both. Apparently, they're both children. That's
wow.
crazy.
Bright fighting game career ahead of them.
Yeah.
That's always one of the interesting things when you see like kids pull up to fighting games, and they're just like absolutely taking names. Like to me, it's always funny looking back, because I had no idea until there was just like, oh yeah, here's something funny. The Dragon Ball FighterZ champion. This was him playing KOF 13 when he was just like a child, and you just see Wawa at like the age of 13 smoking some like KOF old heads.
Yeah, it's cool, right? Again, that goes for a lot of these sports. In any case, there's a there can be a very big age gap of people competing. I think fighting games are kind of good, or historically have been pretty good to old people. I guess it's niche enough that unks could still do the cheap gimmicks from 20 years ago.
I mean, that sounds like a Tekken thing, really. Whereas, if unks are pulling up for fighting games, I generally assume it's more like if you see an unk go far in a bracket, I assume it has something to do just with the experience and general understanding of like fighting games and the neutral and all that, to be able to overcome. Because where a lot of younger players really get roadblocked on is just the execution heavy things. So like they really want to capitalize on execution and reactions, and being able to like, slow things down, have a bit more forethought, right? Like the wisdom versus the dexterity is basically the matchup.
Yeah, see, I always thought it was kind of the opposite. In Tekken, for sure, it was like playing a little bit calm, and then in the 2D games, you had like the save it for national setups. But yeah, if unks are winning through, the game is good. We can all agree.
That's true. Shouts to Daruino.
Cool.
You see he's in, just trying to chase down, making sure that Fab doesn't really get out of the corner. And with the early shimmy we saw at the round start, he's definitely very in tune with some of what Jackal likes to start things off with. But going for a straight cash out into the super here for the hard knockdown.
I mean, Volton, if you want to be young, just go play, come play VF, because you'd generally be one of the youngest players there.
Oh, that's true.
Alright. Nice, gonna just deflect shield. It's not gonna work out though. Sin working on a perfect good blocks and the DP.
That young man reactions right there. Waiting for that frame trap, honestly, at that point as well. You could just probably match it out, and wow, what a shimmy, baiting out that throw, getting the wall run combo. However, not being able to cash out into a wall break, sadly, so gonna have to play the neutral, but the BRC time stone is gonna fix all things. And is that a double perfect? No burst allowed?
Yeah, double perfect. Oosh.
Damn, okay.
Nice, and very fast as well, right? About I feel like you blink and you miss it.
Yeah, you weren't kidding when you said the Xin guy kind of good.
Yeah, and see, Sin is weird, right? See, that was the thing, because Sin is like the player I never know how practiced he is in this game. It's like either he's like a top 5 seed or he's a top 16 seed.
Right, but I think it's just going to be a question more so like, has he been keeping up with the developments of Chipp? Because so far he's been really winning off of just smart strive neutral, right, and just utilizing tools that Chipp has had since the beginning.
All right, go in again. Fab's in a bit of trouble here. Throw connecting, pushing in again. What are you gonna do here? Gonna get hit by the Wrecker overhead, and we're just right back into it. All right, no triple perfect.
Ooh, but I do like the aggressive burst, right? Give Fabs no opportunity to start momentum, especially against a character like Jacko, who can just keep you blocking for a good 30 seconds if she decides to dump the resources. And a character who's paper thin as Chipp, definitely very smart to just make sure that nothing gets started when your opponent challenges. Ooh! Getting away with murder there.
Dash in. Oh, the goobers are gonna be right out of there. Finally here we see Fabs getting something set up right, and doesn't need that much. We're gonna just spend the super on the goober. We got 2 now. And Sinya falls to block. Trying to chicken block out of there, jump out, but doesn't work.
Oh, okay. Good reactions there on the shimmy, however, not able to keep the defense up for much longer. Hitting the Goober and the Jackal behind. Far slash is one heck of a bun here. Hard knockdown. Ready to roll.
Yep.
The pressure, just trying to empty out here. A little bit of space here to operate from. But
the mix, not quite
as always.
One more hit.
And wootsies.
Yeah, we're playing footsies right now.
Chipp wins.
As is, this is a really clutch. The clutch gene is strong with this one. And we did see the horizontal rope, so definitely aware of Chipp's really cool new move, but not a lot of priority put behind it, right? Like if I compare it to the way Scarf likes to pilot this, right? You see on every knockdown just trying to set up rope where he can, compared to Xin earlier just constantly gamma blading.
Dash in here. Pressure. Nice. Just delays it so much there. You know, you think, all right, finally, I can do something. Get hit by that. Damn. I do think Sin used to be a DBFC player as well.
Of course they would be. I feel like I genuinely feel like only talking to Blue has been the first person that has told me like, yeah, I started fighting games with Strive. Everyone else has come from somewhere and then made Strive really like the focus and where they truly started learning like fighting games. Patience for now, right? Just trying to survive all these frame traps. Not really spending meter here, trying to conserve it for something else, but now with the opening that he does find, he has a lot to cash out with. I'm going to spend the first 50 here for the hard knockdown. Babs does have burst available, so maybe we might see something OTG here or just waiting on the next bad situation, but able to mash out in time before the grab comes, and Sin straight away with the burst of his own does not want to give that opportunity back to Fabs to get things started.
Just dash and look at that. Ooh-wee.
Like that as a classic. Run at them in a bit for a bit. It's bait on its own, straight into an airborne normal to bait out the throw. The delay, catching Fabs there. Gonna have to go for the burst to try and survive. It's been really big damage, but speed from Chipp is just too fast, and especially when you're apprehensive what he might do next. He may just suddenly blindside you, running all the way into your face. The tap dust RC.
Yeah, and
almost we have the kill, not quite.
The beginning of the end, right? Just needs one more hit. Can Fabs stave off the pressure here? Get another round. Will it be 6 rounds straight for Sin? Ooh, that is a good start. That got a super as well.
Up, though.
Yeah, burst not going to be spent. Oh, sir.
No, but not dead either. 100 meter on the tables. What are we doing? BRC to start things off with. Just staircase it back down. Tap dust into the RC for the confirm. Beautifully done. I think Zin was really just wholly relying on the wild throw, or sorry, the wild assault scaling, because definitely a very smart play by Fabs to let it rip, to just lock out a bit of burst gauge to just confirm the combo into that wall splat so that he can't burst thereafter. But I think that might have sealed the deal in terms of damage possible to actually kill.
Yep, and we get another 3-0 here. Fucker. It's gonna be a fast tournament if it keeps going like this. Damn.
They're compensating for your delay.
Yeah. I was supposed to go on earlier, chat, okay, but I had to. I was playing a match in 2xKO, and then
it's blue fuse.
One of the fuses blew in the apartment, and you know, we had to change the fuse, and I had to go back and finish that set, of course.
So let it be known, right? Here's the warning: playing 2xKO can blow out a fuse if you're not careful.
It's actually kind of dire. I haven't played Tekken since like EVO at this point. I've just been playing 2xKO, and I'm joining the LCQ.
Are you in the same boat as Ratch that you couldn't get finals tickets, so you just got the LCQ ticket?
No. I got LCQ tickets early. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, it was like around EVO time. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty high on Tekken right now. It feels good. I'm gonna play it. And then as time progressed, I've been like, yeah, maybe, you know, I played 2xKO for some reason. And then I was like, wait, I'm actually having fun playing this game. Why am I playing Tekken? And then I had this sort of existential crisis, and then I didn't play Tekken.
I think it'll be fine for the LCQ, right? You play Asuka, they're definitely about to go through too.
I need one week of, you know.
Yeah, just one little bit, and then once in a while, you just throw the Hail Mary Rage art, right? Just knowledge check them, like, hey, you know you can crouch this, right? No?
Wait, no,
cool.
that's not a thing. No. They also removed that now, so...
Whoa, they did?
Yeah.
Yo, we're free? We're free from the Asuka menace?
You can still charge it, but now it's unsafe, unfortunately.
What's the point? Can you do more damage charging?
The point is that sometimes people would press into it.
Oh, that's funny. Alrighty, PataChu versus Lunacy. So Lunacy earlier demonstrating very nicely into lemming her capability, but here is a big dog, right? Big favorite to win offline, just definitely one scary opponent to play into these very fun Monday evening online brackets. But so far, Lunacy definitely seems to be handling her own.
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
but from what I recall regarding PataChu is definitely the bit of a diesel engine at times, right? Takes a little minute to get warmed up, especially against newer opponents.
Yeah, I mean that's perfectly fine, especially like if you're the favorite, right? You can take your time sometimes. It doesn't really necessarily. It's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Just kind of playing a bit calm, right? Seeing how your opponent reacts to stuff, and then you can finally, when you figure stuff out, you can be like, all right, time to log in.
Yeah, I mean, you could be the favorite of the tournament, and who can really blame you for winning one if every single match you played went 3-2?
Yeah.
Oh, PRC for PRC, both of them. And that's lucky you had 50 meter there, because both of them just kind of handshaking at one another. But PataChu gonna get that final finish there, thankfully having some stamina left to get this conversion running. So a round apiece to both, and going to this final round, both of them pretty equal down the burst gauge. However, PataChu immediately starts spending his for that wild assault to just convert, get that wall splat, run that pause meter bonus, but no hard knockdown.
Oh, gonna take that one. Where are we going? That's gonna be a lot of damage.
Very nice. Big damage, a lot of red on the bar. Burst is available, and yeah, PataChu just letting that one happen, especially not having any stamina gauge, makes it very difficult to get conversions. Gonna have to rely on the RC for that, but while holding this pressure for the time being and this damage, you see the stamina regenerating, so one solid touch, and that's gonna be light up for Lunacy, but we're gonna see the RTL, which hold up.
Yep, that's gonna
Very
work.
nice.
Okay. Reacting to super with the super, why not?
Yeah, I didn't really have the full bar, so I was probably expect to see like RTL and then canceling, like someone canceling out of it and being like, yeah, just whatever. But didn't really have the bar to actually do that, it seems. Nevertheless, Lunacy with the slick reactions there on the super, but wasn't going to be enough. PataChu takes that first game.
Yep, very nice.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and again, as we said, right, we're just showing that, you know, all right, we give the first round out, it's fine, just staying calm and then slowly adapting to whatever the opponent is doing here.
Yep.
And it's just going to be harder and harder, right, for Lunacy here, so see.
Yeah, I mean, unless Lunacy is able to catch on to a few things, because like the scrambles are pretty tight, and it's the same kind of thing we saw Lunacy being able to win against Lemming with, right? Like just the small situations that she's able to capitalize over Lemming, which lets her take the entire set 3-0. One of those classic situations where it doesn't tell the whole story. And as we can see already, Lunacy with the masterful bait here on the DP. Not the second time, however.
Sir. Nice, good take on that throw. So ready for that one. Again, we just see nice the air throw coming out there from PataChu. Good reversal, and Lunacy, yeah, it's building a strong case for this round.
Case close even.
Yeah,
very nicely done there. So definitely the early start, very impactful for how the round played out. Having a lot of health to be able to make a few mistakes here and there, and allow PataChu to demonstrate his really nice reactions with air throws. Now, changing things up. PataChu with the early start. Nice 5P anti-air, just pushing damage further. And even with the Iron Barrel here, is going to be doing a whole lot more damage. All that hard knockdown. Lunacy with the burst available, but I think he's going to sit on that one for the next round.
That was a little bit too much for Hero Burst in that case. So yeah, makes a lot of sense, right? You're saving the burst, final round. Both players down with the burst, so quite even. Nice
air throws. Oh, a little bit of big damage there off that far slash. Good burst. Able to get the next pickup. Coming for the meaty, but you give him a slight gap, and you gotta be wary of the potential DP out here. Especially gonna dip into the stamina for the conversion. Wild assault for that last leg just to get to the wall. And RTL take him off the wall, go to the final explosion. And man, every time it just does so much damage.
it's actually so crazy. It's almost surprising every time, right? It's like, no way it does. No way it kills, and then it does.
I would genuinely bet some good money it would have been a pixel health there simply because of the Wild Assault. But then again, it is PataChu, right? Who really exemplifies this Sin character, right? If I'm not mistaken, he was really putting in the work on Sin when he was in his really dire state around the release period.
Absolutely.
So he is the trusted source on these kind of things. So I guess when you see Wild Assault and then later the combo finish in RTL, it's like, okay, this man's going for a kill combo despite all of it. First out, just chasing Lunacy to the corner, fire and barrel for the hard knockdown. It's going to be really important because absolutely nothing on resource here. No burst, no meter, no stamina, but positive meter bonus is of course going to generate some of that tension back, but lacking that stamina really closes off the mix-up or pressure potential from Sin. You can see that Lunacy just capitalizing on that very, very nicely here.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a lot of damage, and it's going to kill as well. All right, first round Lunacy again, staying in this match very, very nicely.
Ooh. Good overhead connecting there. Not going to be the greatest conversion, but does have Lunacy's back towards the wall. We see her trying to challenge out from here and there, but these air throws have been so on point by PataChu, and now the tick throw to follow it. A lot of health bleeding away, and especially with these trades, Lunacy does not have a lot of resources left to her name and have to burst out. 50 meter left. Ooh. Goes to the blicky, does connect.
No way. BRC, good backdash. A little bait.
A little bit. Alrighty, set point here. Burst available for PataChu. And Lunacy with nothing. Gonna go for the early burst here just to push her in towards the run under. Was very slick, but it does expose you to that option.
It's gonna nice connection there from PataChu. We're blocking again. We see Lunacy trying to start the offense here, but again another air throw. So ready with
Gear Xrd, man.
Yeah.
And there you go, RTL. Doesn't have the meter to finish, so this is really just about getting that corner carry, especially not having any stamina left. Wants to conserve what little gauge has already been built up, but what a throw. Finding into that pressure string, and just like that, the 3-0 finish. Again, a case of the scoreboard not telling the full story for Lunacy here. And hopefully we do get to see her come back later on stream, but it's going to be PataChu keeping the winner's run nice and solid.
Absolutely, and that is 3 matches now in a row. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Interesting.
They understand the assignment. We got Deadlock to play.
Yeah. I gotta finish the 2xKO season pass. I need 1 level.
Is it still going? Damn.
Yeah, it ends like tomorrow.
Yeah, I got my Warwick skin out of it, and then the one thing that frustrates me from it is that I can't get like battle pass experience from playing my friends, which is typically how I play fighting games. I really couldn't care for playing matchmaking, so I really just hop in, clocking for my 3 games, and then just leave. And that was my main way of playing 2xKO, which felt really bad.
Yeah. See, I just play duos with Raj mostly, or with other people, right? It's like just play duos, then it's way more fun to play matchmaking.
Yeah, I suppose. Like, you have your buddy there.
Yeah. And you can also, if you're around the same rank, you can pretty reliably snipe each other in matchmaking as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of want to play my team, you know? I just want to play my team on my time against my friends.
As well as, yeah. I get why, right? Because you do get more like season pass points if you win, stuff like that. So they'd have to balance that, or maybe give you less points playing friends.
Yeah, I think it was like Granblue does it, where you can like Granblue has, if I'm not mistaken, 2 types of missions, or no, like all missions are completable in private matches, but they will always have like 1 or 2 matchmaking missions.
Yeah,
and it's like you get a fraction of the battle pass experience from playing private matches than you would in just matchmaking, because like, of course, understandably, they want to avoid people just sandbagging for free battle pass levels.
It's the same for Tekken. You know, Riot gotta Riot for sure. Also, when you get to like the final 10 levels, you have to do. Suddenly, it becomes an insane grind to get the levels. Like the initial battle pass things, that's easy, blah blah blah, and then you get there, and you just have to. It goes from like 800 points to like 3,200 points or something per level.
Yeah,
just a massive change.
We're gonna see. I'm curious to see how the release plays out for that game, right? Because like a lot of changes, especially they're doing some really big system mechanics changes, or like not system
really.
mechanics changes are not correct. They're definitely shifting some fundamental rules, mainly pertaining around projectiles. So that's going to be really easy to, or really interesting to see how it plays out, as well as some sweeping balance changes. So
they're also going to nerf backdashes, which I'm not really a fan of. But
you're not a fan of?
No.
How come?
It's only on certain characters, and it's not that big of a deal. I feel like a lot of cases. I guess it depends on if you play those characters and/or which characters you otherwise play.
It didn't fix Jinx medium, just not comboing. Yeah, but I guess in their eyes, Jinx is just the funny tag character into Zoner.
I'm just waiting on Caitlyn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Caitlyn just, I feel like it was a miss. Like compared to the previous characters they released, like Caitlyn just. I mean, I guess, like, yeah, what does Caitlyn really do in League other than shoot, right? Is also the fallacy here. But it's... You know what? I'm just going to do the online thing. It's called stance slop. It's just so much stances on stances.
Yeah, I can see that.
But, you know... We'll see how it goes. Definitely looking like... It's a newer concept, but I think it's, again, falling in the... trap of zoner characters deploying traps. Like we see with Teemo deploy shrooms, we see with Jinx he has chompers or the clappers, and now with Caitlyn she has the Yordle trap.
Yeah. See, it's weird because I feel like if I have to think about it, right, I do like zoners. That's usually what I play. I feel like both Jinx and Teemo are not really zoners. They're more like, you know, you're trying to do setups and stuff like that.
Yeah, I could see that, but Teemo definitely, I would think was the more zonery of the two because he can really just lean back, especially with the life lead situation, to just hide behind the shrooms and then just shoot out a little rock with the slingshot or blowing darts and whatnot, right? Jinx, I can more so see your point, right? She does have her rockets and she can like put those to disrupt your angles of approach, but I think it's more like the sub archetype of long range gameplay, right? The keep away character. So she isn't necessarily her entire MO isn't necessarily let me win by constantly interrupting you. It's more so like let me put some area denial and then be primed to actually catch you when you try to go around my hazards.
What's good, Mitch? Yeah, I can see it. I still think Teemo is, you can just kind of stand there when he does his thing, so it's not really scary. Like he can't really do anything if he's full screen out. So
yeah, so I mentioned life lead situation, but here we go.
Here we go.
Tiger Pop versus Zen. Oh, that is. I mean, this is a very explosive matchup for sure, right? Especially with A.B.A starting things off with a lot of damage, and then so long as Tiger Pop can keep rotating the Jealousy Rage, they're going to be in a really good spot to just overwhelm Xin. But the moment Xin can catch Tiger Pop in one of the situations where they somehow manage to utilize all of the Jealousy Rage gauge, then they're really primed.
Yeah, it's like one of those matchups here where, of course, without Jealousy Rage, the character is quite slow, but we also have a character that just dishes out damage against, you know, someone like Chipp, of course, that doesn't really like that very much.
Oh, absolutely not. Like, it's still damaging even outside of Jealousy Rage gauge. Man, I think that throw would not have killed unless it was Chipp. That's just very funny to consider.
And we have yet another quick round there at round 1. Or game 1 rather, to Tiger Pop. It's just like quick games all around today.
Zen in the stream matches Discord channel being like, man, it's Tiger Pop player, huh? Indeed. Indeed. I mean, was EVO France, big doubler winner, and qualified for ARC World Tour.
Yep.
I don't know. They've been very much, I think, committing heavier to the A.B.A as of late.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the interesting thing, right? If you're playing Happy Chaos, are you sure that your character is going to exist in 2.0?
Yeah. You know what? They might genuinely threaten a rework. You're right.
Oh, blocks. I also feel like they've been doing really well with A.B.A since A.B.A came out. A.B.A is a character that maybe covers some matchups. I don't know. Maybe it's just fun for online brackets. But yeah, doing very well on this character.
Considering Tiger Pop, I would like to believe that the A.B.A is there to cover matchups. But wow, what a 5P there! It just barely snipe out, and then is this super gonna kill? Notoriously doesn't, yeah, but it's gonna give some good corner carry.
Just blocking. Oh, we got the perfect blocks.
Yeah, IB is very nice. If you can like get the IBs down as part of your muscle memory, like not only can it set up for some really cool punish situations, but it can also be more freeing on pressure, because getting an IBB just sends them flying backwards.
This is full. Dash back and alright. All tied up here. Surely we will not have another 3-0.
It can definitely good argument for the opposite. I say that in the DPs, however, Tiger Pop doesn't get the punish. Nevertheless, does up the burst. And, nice little disjoint frame trap, but Tiger Pop is ready to find an interruption. Nevertheless, RC push the damage a little further, and as well as get that corner carry. He's going to be able to pull it off coast to coast, the wall splat no less.
Yep.
Wow.
Bonus. Oh, calls out the burst, and there we go.
That was a very choice PRC moment, because it being a PRC during a combo means it came out later. So Tiger Pop was definitely like eyes glued to the screen there to be able to see the burst animation.
Yep.
Like that is talking about young people reactions. That is a hallmark of such a behavior.
Alright, let's see if anything changes here.
Nothing ever happens.
Nothing ever happens.
Back away, does escape Danzai, but no punish on the whip. The gold burst out, so able to run a bit of positive meter bonus as well as some slight pressure, and just like that, this is the stuff that Zin is looking for. Wow, able to wait. How did Tiger Pop slip away from that one? That was a very clean back there.
It's gonna hurt though, and here into the wall.
PRC slow down, confirm, trying to go for a little sneaky overhead, but we see the fuzzy guard, or the chicken block, excuse me. Nevertheless, Zin maintaining pressure to find a quick conversion into the super for the hard knockdown, and just like that, the solid jump in, but
gold burst, okay! And now Sin suddenly in a lot of trouble.
Ooh. Oh, hold on.
That's not gonna work. Maybe just wanted the the stagger, the plus frames.
Yeah, I would really consider that quite the heroic burst, but winning the round makes it all worth it, right? So even if this round doesn't play out too well, you have it to, you know, basically an eco round, right? You recover your gauges as you go into the final round.
So the eco round in Strive.
Yeah, the eco round in fighting games. If you have that carryover resource between rounds.
I see the vision. I see it.
Wow, great 6B there. Oh, that was a very tragic clash there for Zid, and immediately look at the punish coming out from Tiger Pop. Was in the block of the mix, the YRC to just gain control back. Finds the tap dust, however, doesn't have the meter to finish things off with, and the 6 HS is not going to be enough to kill, so needs that last touch.
Oh no!
Bring it to a final round, but oh my goodness, the opening, it does get the burst! Nevertheless, but the burst so late for Zin there. This is the exact opposite of what you want, right? There is no more rounds for you to eco that gauge, right?
And you're probably very happy about that. But again, Tiger now forced to spend their burst early as well. So no bursts here, just pure action. YRC. Counter.
Surprise. Very nice. And there's going to be a brief window here, not being able to install, but man, immediately expending the resources. Tiger Pop does find that slight bit, but after the next couple hits, we're well within the range to find a safe install. But Zin bursting out, that was blood in the water, especially with the life lead that he had. Shield, big 2D counted. Nice conversion. Needs to run this combo for as long as possible, trying to drain as much of the JR gauge as possible. The mix-ups are running. The 50 meter is on the table for Tiger Pop, so Zin does have to watch out, but wow, what a 2K. Finds it at the right touch here. Wild Assault to push damage a little further. Maximizing every last hit to try and get the kill, but the picks up, and oh.
So you're like 15 years old, okay? So pure zoners existed in old games. It's like an old game thing. I do think they don't exist now.
I think pure zoners is they need to be like, it needs to be in a game with chip damage and chip damage kill. Then you can have true zoners.
Yeah.
If that's not the case, they need to find alternatives. Like if I think about like BlazBlue, you have the Murukumos, right? Like the characters with the numbers in their name. And, you know, they do have zoner-looking functions, but they just don't do chip damage outside of their specials. Yeah. So what they do have is just really good mix as well.
Yeah, would it be like something like Dolson from Street Fighter 2? Is that pure zoner?
I think so. Because especially like in Street Fighter 2, you didn't really have combos, so it was more so about getting those stray hits in between there. And yeah, did Dawson have his teleport back then? I don't think so.
No.
So like definitely a character that was all about just controlling that space, making sure you can't get in.
Yeah, interesting, right? Again, it's like something where, yeah, it's an archetype that's not necessarily super fun to play against. So I assume that, you know, it makes sense that they kind of phased it out. Not very interactive.
I don't know. I feel like it's not necessarily phased out. It's just that games, like I think it got phased out by happenstance, right? More so than people not liking playing into the archetype. The key factor to any zoner success, like we said, is the chip damage aspect, and where a lot of zoners, especially when we really consider pure zoners, they are normals based, and those don't do the chip damage that, or like they don't do chip damage at all, especially in anime fighters. Like the exceptions are like protagonist characters such as Hyde and Under Night or Ragnar. They have specific buttons that can do chip damage. But you know, without that, they can't. They're not threatening at full screen, right? Like the only times they find openings is because the opponent got bored and made a wrong guess on the approach or were too hasty. But if the opponent ever has like a slight life lead and they just down back and all you're experiencing is a bit dispenser, then you know what threat is there to the zoner?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, I guess they had to evolve, right, with the games. Makes sense.
Yeah. So like I think Axel, especially in Strive, is like a pretty decent example where he still exhibits like really strong zoner traits, and I think the changes also were made to reflect that a little bit with like some of his more additional damage on tippers. But nevertheless, they didn't take away his ability to run some close-up stagger pressure, right? So, and as well as like that's where a good chunk of his damage is also hidden behind, thanks to Axel Bomber.
Yeah, I mean it's the same with a lot of archetypes, right? If you look at grapplers as well, if we have again Street Fighter 2, I think it's a good example of a lot of the archetypes, right? Zangief there, good luck getting in on a Zona, right? You know, it's just not happening. It's one of the genuine, like, what's it, 8-2 matchups or something, because you have no ways of getting in. And then we have characters now like Potemkin in this game, right? Where you suddenly you are still a grappler, but you have so many options to get in.
Yeah. No, I think definitely it's a very interesting example, and it's also just a case of Potemkin eating really good in this game, because you talk about like 8-2 matchup, and immediately just flashed in my head Potemkin versus Sin and Xrd, which is just the same thing, where it's woeful for Potemkin to play that one out. There we go. Fabs versus RubeePrison.
Interesting matchup. So both of these, of course, we saw them earlier. Oh no, we didn't see Ruby. We saw Fabs earlier go down into Lucy's side. Ruby, someone who's getting a lot better lately. You know, getting a bunch of top 8s in Salty. His second one. I say a bunch when it's the second one, but getting a bunch of top 16s at least, right? Doing very well himself.
The locking in aspect that gets you there, but this is close enough to connect. Oh yeah, it's right on top, but Fabs is playing it safe. However, Ruby was aiming for that 100-meter expenditure. Nevertheless, Fabs going for that burst, putting Ruby into the corner. However, she does find an opportunity to break away, and this is some really solid damage here. Look at that.
Oh, it's just gonna get clipped though, and Alright, so Fabs will be the one to take first round, and well, YoKai, I'm not going to say anything. Well, I am. I'm going to say something, and that is, I hope we don't get another 3-0.
I think loser's side is definitely where you can expect that. Ooh, that's an unfortunate timing on the 6B. I like the attempt, but his arrow so slightly mistimed it. What an air turret. Just before the rebound was able to connect, and we can keep that pressure running. However, a bold 6B just to A.B.A right on out. Straight into the wrecker pressure, able to get the left-right mix-up, but the damage done, slight life advantage here for Ruby.
What a defensive option, showing, you know what, I know the matchup. Can't do that to me, okay. Saying, I want to just get this round.
Yeah, oh, Mibo Express, trying to go for the air throw herself, but not quite. An air-to-air just before the rebound. And I don't know, was that a missed opportunity there by Ruby? We did see the sweep attempt by Fabs being blocked, but no punish. If I'm not mistaken, or can Fabs kick? I can't quite recall there.
It is hard to say. I honestly I would not be too sure. And absolutely, like Onyx has just done that. Thank you very much, Onyx. Of course, we do have a match arena today, so if you haven't claimed the code already, please consider doing so, because we got 35 codes remaining.
I completely forgot about the match arena. We were just like talking about 2XKO, zoners, Tekken, whereas we could have been chilling in the match arena. Oops.
Classic. Alright. Pressure in. I think Elphelt is an interesting character, right? It's one of those that's maybe a little bit underrated. So I feel like we see Elphelt show up more and more in tournaments. Ooh. Damage on the board.
Yeah, I feel like Elphelt is like the feedback I hear from people is that she's slightly underwhelming. That's like where exactly I'm not sure, but that's what I've heard the sentiment. Like a lot of people would want to play Elphelt, but then it's like playing her just feels miserable.
There was one of the top Strive players that did like an every character to vanquish type deal. I forgot who it was. PataChu or someone maybe. And I saw on Twitter they were like, my biggest takeaway is that Elphelt mains are capping. This character is good.
Okay. Yeah, oh, Nubelheim, you're right, yeah.
Nubenheimer, yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember that one because like his most miserable experience was playing Lucy.
Yeah.
Absolutely, like no future character.
Oh, it's gonna be a solid amount of damage here.
Oh! Solid bait down the deflect shield. They're going to keep the pain train running. The satchel is applied. Going to get that hard knockdown. So another mix-up covered for the time being. And yeah, just even when you're able to take your turn back, you're just going to have to respect the setup that the Jackal players have committed to prior.
And all tied up here. Throw out the Gubu.
That's Gubu.
Yeah, but both characters seem pretty even when it comes to controlling the space. Maybe a little bit more so in Jacko's favor, but seems like definitely Ruby can play here at long range. But it is the low that's going to connect at the wall here. That is going to be a very awful situation to be in. Yeah.
I see your point, but I think with Elphelt's case, it's more so like she has that that snipe, right? The shot, the rebound as well, to try and control some space. But like the variety that Fabs has with Jacko in the ways that he can deploy the goobers, the way he can actually shoot them at his opponent, is far better in terms of like space occupancy.
Yeah,
than what Elphelt's able to throw out. So I think there's like this one thing that she can do to really just kind of catch you in case you're being a bit too hasty. But so far we've seen Fab expertly slip past the projectile.
Buying all the guns right now, and that is going to do a lot of damage. Holy.
Yeah, just barely able to slip into the corner there, so I think nobody would have been ready for that one. Fast finds a quick opportunity to break away, now starting to run the pressure a little bit. Nice little schmicks. BRC hoping to see maybe an aggressive burst, especially with the risk of putting himself into the corner, but now the reversal super is blocked out, and here comes the punish straight away into the Elysium driver, giving you no opportunity to burst. Not gonna be the maximum potential damage, especially not close enough to the wall. Still there, I don't think Fabs is quite ready for that, but finds the mash in the end.
Yeah, right. So it actually paid off here, setting up a essentially checkmate situation where you just gotta secure that one hit, can't be bursted, right? So not bad thoughts. Fabs, and we'll be on set point, Yorker, and might be another 3-0 unless Ruby can turn it all around.
They say Lokin Mannen, different country, but sentiment counts.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Not quite able to escape this corner situation, especially with the Elysium driver now. She's going to be on her last legs. Has just 50% or like just over 50% on the burst gauge. There is deflect shield available, as well as 100 bar. Has resources. Gonna bridle into the PRC. Good shimmy there, able to just get the punish on the throw and RC to extend the damage, but Tabs just gonna go for the burst. Now devoid of resources, but the burst gauge. Tabs finds that opening, but not having the burst
that
itself
is gonna
available
be it, Yorker, and it is gonna be another 3-0 victory here in tonight's Salty. Good stuff though, right? We had a ton of players tonight. Ruby making it into another top 8. Very, very nicely done here. And yeah.
And immediately we got Ruby asking questions, definitely eager to learn. So that's good, right? That's a really good indicator that, just talk to the person that completely worked your shit in there to see how you can improve, and hopefully they're nice enough to give a response.
Yeah. While we wait, of course, let us have a look at the Matcherino. Maybe what was Matcherino actually? I think we all it's been a while. We all kind of forgot. What is Matcherino about?
Well, see, Matcherino is a very, very cool system, let's say, for tournaments where you can head over to this very cool website, hit that claim code button, and then you'll be prompted to sign in if you haven't done so already, where you have multiple services that you can choose from, including Twitch. So yes, you, Twitch user right now watching this, who is able to type in chat, you too can sign in and claim a code. And once you've completed that process, right, hit the button, sign in if you haven't done so. That's it. Just a two-step process. You'll have contributed 25 cents to the prize pool, right? Free money supporting these players who are coming back actually, right? So from our break, first Strive Salty of the year. Make sure to come out, you know, help them out for putting on this show for you. So thank you, Tiger Pop. Thank you, Vena, for tapping in. Speaking of Vena, we'll be hopping right into Vena versus Son. Asuka versus Ramlethal.
Sure.
So earlier I was talking about, I feel bad just not being familiar with the Asuka spells. If I'm not mistaken, right? Vena we've been seeing slowly improving on the Asuka from earlier times. Seeing him play, had a penchant for overspending, right? Just was more often than not finding himself in mana break situations purely by his own efforts rather than the way his opponent played. But as time went on, has definitely been more tame and in control of how resources are being used.
Yeah, I can see that. Again, one of the players, right, we've seen improve rapidly this last year or so. Thank you very much for the raid, Gecko. Hope you enjoyed tonight's tournament run. It's been a while, so seems like everything tonight went pretty smooth. That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoy. We are just in our top 8 right now. It's been all 3-0s so far, so hopefully we're hoping that we can get a game that will go a little bit longer.
So to anybody raiding, right, while you're here, don't hesitate to claim a code, right, help out. Son already going for some really interesting tech there off of those BRCs, finding a nice mix-up.
Yep.
Oh man, daring to interrupt, despite the BRC, is a very scary situation because you are slowed down for quite a bit.
The throw there, and first round goes to Son. Okay. Yeah, and as we know, clearly this game 1 is the most important game of the set. We might as well just play it first to 1 at this point. True. The anti-air connecting into the Rekka. Very nice little conversion. Oh, cheeky with the air dashes.
And especially look at the mana on Vena's side, right? One touch into the mana break. The burst is available, but the way that Son can run this disjointed pressure, it's going to be very difficult for Vena to find opportunity to break away. Just like that, down to the one last touch. Looking for the gold burst, but just didn't quite get the range right. And ended up just being a beautiful little firework that Son slapped away with a sword. So,
yep.
As trends go, Son takes the set.
Got 1-0 here, and pretty interesting. I think I love that you were praising, like, yeah, doesn't find himself in mana, you know, troubles, and then immediately it was at the first round.
Hold on. By their own volition, right? Like, we're seeing that mana does in fact have mana for longer, but ultimately you are blocking and you are taking hits, and that mana does drain. So now it's no longer Vena's fault that he's going into mana break.
Alright, got the cubes coming out. Leave the dash in there. A lot of cubes in this hand, man. Just keeps going. Alright. Gonna recharge a little bit. Oh, that is gonna connect just the tail end of that one.
Didn't run deep enough for that side swap, right? Still able to adjust the combos appropriately, but there we go. Very nice mix up the multi-cube. Just the run over, step a little left, right, 50-50. Game decides when it's time for Son to swap the guard.
Dash in there. And setting out another one. Vena gonna get hit by the Motivato. That's gonna go straight through. Oh no, no mana. This could be very, very scary. Gonna spend that wise. He still has burst, right? Both players do, but oh, count it. Are we gonna see it? Yes, sir. We are risking it all now.
I don't hate it, right? Because it's just a pixel health, but
kill. Wait a second. Young, wait.
Ooh. Very nice.
It's unfortunate.
Just the right timing as well, right? Getting that last touch, and then the sword explosion would have been the conversion, if anything. But I don't even think it just needed it for the damage. Man, look at these scat scratches, right? Rising JPs, anti-airing, bring him back down to the ground, staircasing.
Just keeps going. Another throw, okay.
One more for the crowd.
And okay.
Interruption. And let's get the burst out from Zon here, but there's still a lot of HP that Vena has to work through.
Absolutely.
I think with that... Oh no, drop it. Okay, slight
chance, but it's not looking good here.
Very dire. And yeah, cool cubes. Here's my rock.
Your rock, paper, cube.
True.
Alright, yeah, that's going to be a 2-0, and I feel like the prophecy kind of keeps writing itself here.
Mm-hmm.
The script is
at
too
this
strong.
Point, yeah, at this point, like, the only place I feel like we're going to see, and I certainly hope we see more than just a 3-0, is going to be the winners finals. But there's still quite a couple of loser sets ahead for all of us, so we're bound to be surprised. And maybe, who knows, Vena can completely buck that trend here.
I mean, we have seen
off very nice and aggressive.
All right, very good round. This is exactly what we need to see, and I feel like when Vena has been in the driver's seat like this, it has been looking very good. So yeah, all right.
Yeah, very solid to begin with, but on the back away a bit too aggressively, and does get tagged by the rock, but with the little BRC is able to just take a moment of reprieve, get a bit of control back. Doesn't stop crashing in there, and what a timing, getting the pick up, the mortar bottle, which a little bit of damage, but more so getting that hard knockdown, and the positive meter bonus.
Throw, close range there as well. Okay. Motobato again, just not afraid to throw that through the cubes, right? And that's a very good play, actually. Just calling out projectiles.
Ooh, there's a sweep. Yeah, it's very nice as well, because Zon is always making sure to use the Motobato when he has the sword equipped to be able to actually extend the horizontal hitbox. So just the quick reversal, challenging through the cubes, dealing a lot of damage, and especially with a low mana Vena, it may even get to a situation against the mana break, just like so.
Oh, it's going to be very hard to defend against, but nice, manages to just straight up jump all the way out here, and
ooh. As a lot of unfortunate timing there. Trapped in the corner, the tap dust. Finds the overhead RC for the finish, and just like that, Son on set point. Is fate to be repeated yet again? Is this going to be another 3-0? Can Vena clutch it out? The burst gauge is looking okay, right? We're just over halfway, and we are doing the keep away game quite nicely here. A little bit of damage dealt already, but
okay, that's gonna connect. Nice. This is looking suddenly very good for Vena. Actually set up that staff, sending all the cubes out in the world here, controlling the entire space.
Ooh, the tap dust. RC pushes damage a little further, but nothing. Vena has enough mana, or meter, sorry, for the super, but just barely staying alive. However, this one is going to be a Goliath of a task for Zon to make the comeback happen.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy. The motor battle will, he could start, but again, we are so far away here.
Ooh, very nice.
There we go.
So
it is indeed not going to be a 3-0. The curse has been broken. Thank you, Vena.
We are free from disaster. See, I think one of the more interesting things is like as players, especially in like a really stacked bracket, you are praying for like final game, final round situations as often as possible, right? Because you just want more games, you want more footage, you want more content. But then to organizers, they're just like, I hope everyone 3-0 so we could just be ahead of schedule. That'd be really nice. Thank you, everyone.
I think as a viewer, you want that. As a player, you want to win 3-0, man.
Well, that too. Like,
I don't want good games. I want to win.
every round lost is a mistake you made. You know.
Yeah. Look at that. Just building up the pressure. Still got no swords. All right, there we go. One of them slowly returning. Get that air to air though, and Vena, yeah. A surprise spends the burst, and you know what? It's just right back into that corner. It's gonna motor battle. That's very heavy scaled. So cheap.
Indeed, there, very nicely done. Baiken once again back on the set point situation.
Okay. Yeah, Vena not done though. It's gonna just return the favor here, and it's yeah, just a pretty much direct opposite of last round. Now,
still a bit of HP left on Son's end, so slight room for errors, which means a comeback is very possible. Both there's the burst, and does get the burst from Vena out early. Pretty good decision made, honestly, because like if this round kind of just goes sideways, there's still a lot of health that Vena has to go through. And that can be burst gauge recovered. In the meantime, I'm just maintaining a really oppressive pressure sequence and trying to bait out the burst. But Sana says, like, you know what? I understand it's more important to have it for this final round of game 4.
Yeah, tie game, and we could potentially tie up the set here. Of course, Vena cannot afford to lose. That's this we go.
Ooh. About equal health, but finally able to get the air throw, bring it back down to the ground. Interesting little BRC, fakes out the overhead, gets that low, but doesn't quite get the full conversion there, so an expensive drop. Vena does sacrifice a lot of HP from mana there, so effectively they're relatively tied, but still though, it does work out because look at this cash out, just constantly dropping cubes and all this mix-ups on top of it. Vena not only breaks the trend, it's going to bring it to a final game situation, the first game 5 of this evening.
Very interesting and very nicely set up there, right? Like, what are you even gonna do? Yeah, extremely clean by Vena, and yeah, game 5. Oh boy.
Maybe the reverse sweep angle?
Yeah, could be. In a sense, isn't that also a 3-0, so the curse persists? Technically, if you think about it real hard, but not that hard.
Yeah, don't think about it too hard so ace is right, but think about it hard because then ace is wrong. Depends on like the clout you have amongst the viewers.
Swing in. Teleport, but he's gonna get hit by that air to air instead. Not enough tension for the super, but it's still gonna just get that wall break. Building up the PRC, not a bad idea, right? Kind of functioning a little bit like a down tech there. A thing we don't have in this game. Well, very nice.
No tech, fast falls, but really looking at the situation now, the scariest thing for Vena is the fact that he's teetering on running out of mana, but I think at this point it doesn't really matter. And oh dear, that might have been an emotional burst there, because especially like if you do burst that situation, what can you do? You're mana broken. Like, you're just gonna have to rely on your normals.
I mean, your normals are actually pretty okay, yeah. They're not too bad, right? But it's not the main selling point of your character, of course. And yeah, no mana, no nothing here. Oh no, the Calvados. Yeesh. That's gonna hurt.
Oh, not gonna be quite enough to kill just yet, but looking at the situation, looking how he's still in the mana break, it's not looking too well. Goes to the gold burst, gets blocked out, so no positive meter bonus, and just quick air jabs to make sure that Vena's going nowhere. Son closes it out 3-2.
Yeah, nothing ever happens, indeed.
Nothing ever happens. Well, you know, technically, your pessimistic theory also didn't work out, where it was.
I mean, technically, it was a 3-0 if you think about it.
Yeah, if you ignore the 2 games that Vena won, it was a 3-0. Yeah, real.
Yeah. You just gotta think outside the box. You know?
That's true. It's very Tekken player mentality, right? Sometimes you gotta delve to move 100 on the list that nobody has seen in 10 years.
Start.
Do you think there ever would be a world where Tekken reduces the move list of characters just across the board. They say, like, you know what?
I think that would be a bad idea, actually.
Would it?
Yes, because half the moves that are used are either like just straight up funny gimmicks, like they're just fun, or straight up bad, or combo tools. And for the most part, they are combo tools, so you just take out combo tools. So you have a very distinct set of combo buttons and a very distinct set of neutral buttons in that game, which is weird. But...
yeah, I get what you mean, but like even from what I call with my experience with Brian, like the most esoteric button I would have pressed was Northern Cross. Like the other stuff that he has is like, you know, why does he have the string? You just want to do his quarter circle forward anyways into the follow-ups.
I think a lot of it comes down to in this game, right? That in 8 you have less defensive options, and therefore neutral offense becomes way more streamlined. You just press your strong power button that tracks. In the past, you actually had to think about which option you wanted to use. So in that sense, they made it more simple, right? But I prefer I'm old. I prefer the video.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Lunacy versus Babs, and both of them are really just swinging at one another, but Babs definitely has the distinctive lead here with the life advantage. And just like that, keeps throwing his goobers at Lunacy's head. Where, yeah, despite even the gun super attempt, can't really catch a break. I think it's just mainly an issue that, like, Baiken doesn't have the craziest long-range gun. He's, I think, on the closer side of mid-range. And for Babs to be able to start things off by running away and deploying goobers, it's very difficult to run across, but, you know, once he does get that first hit with the Kabari applied, life seems to be pretty good.
You're gonna throw the goober, that's gonna connect as well. Chipp from behind. Again, gonna establish a bit of a sandwich here. Oh, well, no more goobers.
Ooh. Yeah, a lot of backdashing, causing danger warnings, but no punish just yet. We do see that there's a negative tension gain, but that doesn't stop Babs, nevertheless, from closing things out with two clean rounds, I'd say. I think that's also a very interesting thing you can do. It's like, how close can you skirt to the edge before you get the negative penalty?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting mechanic, right? Negative penalty in general. I guess you could never, you could actually not have a true zoner in this game either, right? Because you just get negative penalty from pressing the same 2 buttons.
Yeah, but I feel like it depends on if I'm not mistaken, there is like negative penalty adjustments per character, like especially if a character is more intended to be people way.
Interesting, actually.
I think so. Or like, I might be confusing with Central Fiction, where they also do have negative penalty, but there's like different rates per character.
It's quite fun. Oh, sorry, it's not gonna work out. Of course, the red RC, and again we just see Fabs with the pressure here. Got a bunch of tension. Oh.
On the screen, unlucky man. Early burst there, doesn't want to give over too much momentum. That's definitely a big key, and how a lot of people have been approaching the matchup into Jacko thus far, has been to go for those early bursts, because we can see how far Fabs can run away with it when he gets the momentum. Right now, it definitely looks a lot more in Lunacy's favor, until of course one bad gamble. Does this reverses super, Baylor out, no, not quite, into blocked as well.
I think you just you had to mention one bad gamble, right? And see right there, it might have been not a bad idea, but turned down not very well. The goobers here coming out to play.
Yeah, wait for that 30-second walk, by the way, because look at this. You see Lunacy doing what she can to create a little bit of space with the FD, but space is not coming. But however, the goobers are not able to flash into Lunacy, and we just see the gun blasted into just one final Hail Mary, forcing that round win, right? Stealing it from the clutches of defeat.
Big counter hit. Mari. Nice.
Look at this.
Good amount
This
of
is good.
damage.
This is good. Like that, working on it perfect as well, right? Lunacy now with a really, really solid opportunity to be able to top the scoreboard. Applies the Kabar, but gets sent flying away thanks to the deflect shield, but that's still able to
wait a second. That's going to call it out, and we're sending out now the Goobers to play, trying to get that anti-air. Of course, we're just air blocking here. 2 Goobers, so we're going to get 3. No, we're just going to go right back here. But again, we're stuck in the corner, right? Lunacy needs to find a way out, instead gets hit by the Goober. Oh.
Yeah, the Goobers with the Shiesty on just like do not ever stop. They just keep tanking damage and they keep the party on rocking. I am surprised Lunacy waited that long to burst out. Granted, of course, there wasn't really too much of an opportunity. But like, it really costed, right? This is a staple commentary curse. I'm talking about Lunacy with a chance to type the set. Honestly, her best bet was to simply just burst the moment that Fabs got one of those first touches when she had near full health.
Yeah.
Just say, no, let's do that over. Get that confirmed one more time.
Yeah. Do over. I want to play it. Yeah, instead, we now find ourselves in another 2-0 situation.
We had our fun in the sun for a little bit. I do like that Lunacy is challenging with supers and reversals here and there, because that's the one thing you just want to skill check the Jacko player against, is that they're not autopiloting their pressure.
Yeah, I mean, make them at least stay honest, right?
Yeah. Honest in the sense of like, they are running disjointed pressure, so it's very nice to, it's very good to be baiting out these reversals. But it's also just like an execution check of like, hey, are you holding back at the right moment here? Are you not overcommitting with a normal just because you think your pressure is guaranteed?
Yeah.
Whoa, that is evil. That is an evil, evil corner steal. Unfortunately, Ozansu misinput there, so had a little bit of momentum there. Didn't quite find the opening, and still being in pixel health is just, that's basically an impossible way situation to make a comeback. But what a parry!
Connect. And Lunacy trying to find space through these Goobers, but it's just not happening. Nice, good tech on that throw, though. Oh, is anti-air.
Ooh, hold on. Parry good again. Both. I was about to say both are pretty close in health here, but Lunacy now taking a nice life advantage. Down to that last mix-up. He's able to take a round. So once again, Lunacy in a position to challenge to put one game on the board, but Fabs just sitting on that set point is also just a horrifying situation right now. Oh my goodness. Boing.
It's scary now.
Like, the anti-air, even if it's blocked, just sends you so far away, and it's just exactly what Jacko wants. And the Shiesty minion being able to survive through the challenge attempt, just like that. Fabs closing things out. 3-0 here against Lunacy, eliminating her from the bracket.
Another 3-0, and unfortunately, Son had to DQ. So that I'll count that mentally as a 3-0 as well. And yeah, it's time to move out. It's time to move out. That's all I'm saying. You know? I'll make sure you can get maximum gaming. That's the only way.
Exactly. Well, that leaves us with our final 4 contenders of today. Who was seeded 3rd, actually? I'm going to see where they fell. Oh, they didn't even make top 8.
Well, Wrestle, I think.
Wrestle? Oh, yeah, he did DQ. Oh, and yeah, no, so that's why we're slipping on by pretty quickly, because Son DQ'd. So won the set against Vena and then DQ'd. So Sin will be facing off against Fabs later in the loser semis. First, we're going to be having Tiger Pop versus PataChu. And as we're heading into the twilight of this bracket, I think it's good a time as any to remind everybody that we still have 28 Match arena codes remaining to be claimed. We're going to do a quick refresh to verify. Yeah, it still says 28. So make sure to head on over, exclamation mark, Match Arena. Go over to the website.
Wait,
hit
is
the
it?
claim code button.
Is it PataChu's birthday today? I'm getting balloons on Twitter.
Hold up.
Yo.
This person already working on the top 8 behind the scenes, accidentally finding out it's PataChu's birthday.
Yeah. Wait a second.
There you go.
Are we singing the birthday song? Is that right? Too bad we're only 2 people.
Yeah. Well,
Happy
I guess,
birthday, man.
Is it really PataChu's birthday?
Well, at least on Twitter.
Okay. Happy Balloons Day.
Yeah.
We'll see if he makes a remark out of it. But like, I guess in that case, for the potential of it being PataChu's birthday, according to Twitter, claim a code in his name.
Really?
Go ahead, do it. Support this person. Support these players.
Or else.
Or else. You know, we may be towards the end of tournament season, but it will restart, right? 2.0 is on the horizon. The tournaments will be back, and we'll be seeing some of you offline, to which we will have a very stern talking to, right? Like, Ace is a teacher. He is not unfamiliar with these parent-teacher conference situations. He will sit you down and have a very awkward conversation about the lack of match arena.
We don't have a parent-teacher conference.
You don't do
because no, the students are mostly 18 plus, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the parents are technically not allowed to even know what's going on. In most cases, because they're adults.
Oh, that's pretty clutch, actually. Man, shout out to the Danish education system.
Yeah, dude, I could never, dude. Talk
like
to parents?
handle under 18-year-olds. I mean, I'd imagine they're still like. I feel like people up until like, I'm gonna throw a random number out there, like 23. Don't ask me why, but I feel like people under 23 are still like, not insufferable, but definitely they can get on your nerves, especially if you're coming in like a position of, hey, you kind of don't want to be here. This is my job. Let's just, you know, common courtesy to try and get along in this situation.
Yeah, maybe, but at least, you know, no parents. The parents are worse.
No parents. That yeah. Definitely. I don't know. I think from my like experiences looking at other parents at these conferences, is that
and other parents.
I've never experienced like a parent...
hidden child.
No, what? Me?
Hidden Yoker lore.
No. I mean, like, when I'm there with my parents, I'm seeing my friends' parents at the conferences, you know?
Okay.
But, like, nobody's screaming at the teacher or whatever, being like, this is your fault that they got a low grade or whatever. They always, like, staring daggers at their kids, being like, explain why you got that lower grade. What were you doing instead of your homework, huh?
Yeah. I think, at least for this, like, part in the school system, people don't really care that much, or like the parents, luckily, for the most part. It's very rare that you have to deal with like a rogue parent. That's nice.
I feel like it might just be like a United States thing, honestly. Just because everywhere else, it's either like there's a bit more of a mutual understanding between parent and child about the situation, or the parent is very overbearing about the whole, like, you need to lock in for your education. So, you know, another USL, unfortunately.
So we are just waiting for Tiger Pop here. Meanwhile, I'm looking, and we got Andros is playing Dota with Frankie on Twitch. I was like looking if Tiger Pop was streaming, but they weren't.
That's crazy to be playing Dota. What? Wait, why are they playing Dota? Are they just Dota players?
Maybe.
Behind the scenes?
Maybe.
Why Dota?
Why play
Why
Dota when you could play Deadlock, man?
Yeah, exactly. What are we doing? Like, just hop on Deadlock, man. January patch is tomorrow. Trust TM. I have faith. Hopium. I need that January patch so bad, dude. You don't understand. I've
heard that's similar.
Like, I like the game as it is now, but Ooh, just the promise of the January patch. Ooh. New characters on the block.
No.
We need that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying I'm just waiting for that new patch for 2xk right now. It's a bit dire again because I know that I have to practice a bit for the LCQ for Tekken, right? But honestly, I'd rather practice Caitlyn.
But
and
you don't have like an upcoming tournament to be playing Caitlyn, or are you talking about like your monthly?
No, yeah, I don't even enter Tekken at Danish monthlies right now. I just play 2xk. That's how you know.
You want to be fair, it's not as dire as my situation. I don't even play Blaze Blue when it's at my locals, but that's just because I'm too busy TOing.
That's a shame. Don't you have? We have like we have like a system set up where if you TO, you TO a different game than you play.
No, that's definitely the case. It's just that I'm like air quotes head TO.
Ah.
But I find time to play casuals here and there, and I will fucking earth anybody that tries to play me in CF there. So you know, let the kids have some fun in their brackets, you know.
Yeah. Where's Tiger? I bet Tiger didn't think about the DQ.
That might be the case.
Or maybe Tiger's gonna DQ because you know it's the birthday of
PataChu.
PataChu.
Give him this one, you know. That would really make for sorry. Okay, what's the excuse? Okay, room code being typed out. It seems. I'm here.
Hui.
I think. Hui. I feel like, yeah, I think you might have been right. Tiger Pup was definitely counting on there being another set before their time to play.
I can't believe you made PataChu wait on his birthday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. That is so rude, first of all. Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
You guys monologuing about like the Danish school system instead.
Yeah.
It's, how could you?
You had to make me think about work.
Oh heavens, on the Monday
Yeah.
evening? No.
I'm the least toxic TO decknet, okay? Don't get me wrong. Least toxic.
See, as a TO, you learn to, you know, undo your toxicity as a player, but it's not that you better yourself as a person. It's more so that you learn to dish it out in very subtle ways.
I'm definitely more toxic as a player, I think, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be taking it out on people that come to my events and stuff, right? Like, you're getting teabagging, you're getting me giggling, you're getting me giving you false information, you're getting me giving you correct information, and you're not reacting to the overhead nevertheless.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. Like, I will take every advantage of the offline situation, barring, of course, screaming in your ear when you're comboing, because that is still by far one of the craziest strats I've ever seen.
There's one Tekken player, OG Italian, I remember from OTB, where he would look at buttons, right, for certain setups to see what the opponent did. And to such an extent that one of my friends kind of limit tested it, where this guy, he would sit his chair slightly behind so he could always see the hitbox. So my friend would move his chair back, and then this guy would move his chair further back. Just like playing chicken, sitting extremely far from the setup. It's like so funny.
Did they end up actually playing from like a really long distance?
Not that far, but like way further than you should. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah,
I am guilty of peeping the input of my opponent. But it's more so the fact that they're just like violently mashing on their pad or sticks. I'm just like, yeah, how could I not notice?
Yeah, I mean, you in Tekken 7, Asuka had a setup where if they tagged on the ground, you would get the setup, and if people mashed on wake up, you could just like quickly. You had enough time to just look at the controller every time you did the setup and see if they tagged or not. See, that's some old school player tag. I've also done the empty button rage art, stuff like that offline.
Oh,
just mashed it, empty button.
Alrighty, Tiger Paw versus PataChu. So We had one curse break, but this is the one I really expect to just not be a 3-0. If it is, then it's that'll be a crazy upset.
Ooh. Nice. Just gonna send PataChu in the corner. By the way, PataChu unsponsored right now. Crazy.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's a free agent right there.
Yeah, did Vice pause their sponsorship activities, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
that's definitely somebody for any team, somebody that should be picked up, right? Doing so well
sure.
in any tournament offline.
I think it's more so like tournament season's ending, so you know he's already qualified.
Yeah.
So the trip is guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean,
I do hope for next season though there's somebody. So.
Yeah, I mean, more so wouldn't you want to have the player, you know, repping your organization at the finals?
That's true. But people also claim victory in retrospect.
Yeah. Pushing in. In a bit of trouble here, actually.
Ooh, okay, there we go. Stagger or little frame trap window, getting a nice solid counter hit. So easing the issues there for Tiger Pop, right? Just a full regeneration of Curse, just Rage Gauge, Curse Gauge. Oh my goodness. And a lot of meter behind it as well.
It's gonna be a lot of damage, Asuka. Oh no.
Oh, hold on, let's see. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, near full JR gauge there on that finisher. Should just be the most optimal cash out that you can do there. Again, another player demonstrating just their expertise on this character.
Alright. Go downstairs here. It's again who's gonna take game one. Setting the trend again. I'm always scared in that game too. If it's a 2-0, I'm just giving up.
That's fair. I mean, you know, was Sir Kappa was the one that like coined the whole game 2 is the most important one to win. Ooh, okay, a little bit of footy action, trying to run underneath. Very nicely done by PataChu, right? It's completely reversing the screen position situation. As PataChu just trying to be played very, very patient, right? No JC Rage Gauge on the side of Tiger Pop, meaning that at some point they do have to overcommit and PataChu be ready for the punish. In a rare moment that the RTL extension does not find the kill. Nevertheless, hard knockdown, 1 stamina bar, but Weed is going to be poking with that far slash. Maybe that first game.
Yeah. Again, looking very, very solid, both players. I wonder if we are going to see the Happy Chaos at some point here, but so far I feel like the A.B.A, right, you lose one, you're still going to stick with it.
Yeah.
There's no need to
I
change.
get the feeling that Tiger Pop is going to be running the A.B.A for the remainder of the bracket. Because, like, while Happy Chaos can certainly tussle quite nicely into Sin, it's more so like, okay, you have a lot of priority to kick things off with, but the moment that PataChu does pass, like, your sequence of pressure and is now in control, it's looking very, very bleak.
Counter hit as well here. Pushing in. Super. That is again so cheap, using it to get that stacker right, and get the kill.
Oh, hold on. Quick little shimmies, baits out the DP as well. They're probably going to be eating pretty good here, because look at that JR gauge. Nice and full. PataChu back towards the wall, so going to be a victim of a long pressure string here, especially with the super, just to keep the plus frames running. Good block on the fuzzy, but not the second time around.
Yep. The wall here, gonna get the wall break, and
Oof.
lightning, downstairs we go. Let's see. Do we have a comeback in the works? A lot of tension for PataChu here. Gonna connect with the overhead, and Tiger says, I want to finish it this round. Gonna spin the burst, but immediately gonna get sent right back into the corner, eating another overhead.
Yeah, but the conversion ability is looking a little skinny. I'll keep it.
Never mind.
That's going to be just enough. I was concerned for a second because it didn't look like it was possible. PataChu was riding that entire final sequence without stamina, so it really hampered his conversion ability. Thankfully, he had all that meter to find those extensions regardless. So now he's off nice and solid, immediately with that good neutral, the 2S, find a poke there, counter it, and just working as fast as possible here. Try and close out this game. A lot of damage already dealt, a good life lead, and just that positive meter bonus keeps on ticking. Full stick of butter. Tiger Pop now with the throw. Jesse Rage, but unfortunately missed times. He just had to miss time on the Oki there. PataChu with the really sweaty confirm is going to extend the lead 2-0.
Yeah, nice. Again, this debate just proceeding at a rapid pace.
Yeah. Somebody in chat mentioned that I completely forgot that this was the EVO France Grand Final. So, and it was also won by Tiger Pop on A.B.A. So whatever they did then, now is a good time to do it. But of course, you know, this is winners finals, and if things go south, right, they still got business finals and a potential rematch possible for Tiger Pop. There, cutting momentum short from Tiger Pop, but we can get that low crush. PataChu has had enough, goes for the DP now. Just stagger pressure. Patience, but good punish there. The lack of stamina meant that was the end of the string right after the big driver. Ooh. Very good. The empty jump low. A little bit of damage. He's going playing it fast to try and conserve the stamina there just for that final extension, but Tiger Pop just chasing down with the fuzzies. The first is available, but you just think that PataChu is going to be resigning himself, letting Tiger Pop take the round.
Yeah, and thank you very much for to Andros and Frankie, the Dota Warriors, coming in with the raid. Appreciate it. It's PataChu's birthday today, apparently, according to Twitter.
Definitely, for everybody joining the raid, right? Claim a code for PataChu. Oh, right, it's his birthday. Make sure that match arena looking nice.
Thank you as well to Frankentank, and that is a 2-1. So we're just gonna load up these shoutouts. Yeah, good stuff.
The triple raid.
Triple raid, yeah. It's the whole
combo.
Dota team right there.
Crazy.
We're just switching esports careers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mankind.
We're playing a little Dota with the boys. Tiger Pop gonna put one on the board, so not the 3-0 curse yet again. Thankfully not in the winners finals, but it does seem to have ignited something into PataChu, because that air throw was immaculate. Already just stuffing Tiger Pop back to the corner. Just look at the space control, right? Just maintaining the correct distance and getting those excellent whiff punishes just to keep the damage rolling. With a little bit of resources, however, doesn't quite get the punish there on the throw, and instead see immediately another throw thrown out, but PataChu is still very awake, man. Those challenges, it's just so crazy.
So set points. Oh. Let's see if PataChu
Wait, what?
Keep going. Ooh.
What is that route? Actual chef, what? I'm still flabbergasted by that pickup there. The dive kick just barely connected. I thought I was like, oh, he was doing dive kick, fast fall, looked pretty cool, but no. More damage?
That's gonna hurt. Oh, the burst is called out, and what a call out by PataChu that is, and that will do it. 3-1. No 3-0 though. So We take this.
This is you gotta consider that salty bracket, right? Is but an inconvenience to PataChu, right? It's an interruption to his Monday rhythm gaming session.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. But yeah, it's not gonna be the end of Tiger Pop, right? They are gonna be hanging out in the losers finals, so there might still be a chance for a rematch. Because especially with that game, the game 3, we did see a good amount of aggression coming out from Tiger Pop there. So definitely very capable of tussling with PataChu.
Yeah.
So hopefully with clearer minds and a little bit more games behind the back, on the back burner, instead of being iced out waiting for your chance at the winners finals, it might prove a bit of a better opportunity for Tiger Pop down the line. But first things first, we're gonna have to watch Fabs versus Zin play out their set.
And here we go, right? It's the interesting part. We are in the part that's called the UK Gauntlet here. Fabs, Zin, and Tiger Pop gonna duke it out to see who's gonna be the one to face France in the grand finals. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how Zin plots this one out, because earlier though, right? I think did you mention it was a rematch?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, it was a rematch. I was gonna say, like, it's gonna be interesting to see how Zin navigates around the Goobers, but earlier, Zin had no trouble at all, especially with just the far slash, like being able to snipe away a Goober as well as hit Jacko on the tail end. So just more of that, more speed, more pressure, and Zin will be fine, right? We might see a repeat.
Yeah, that was one of the games that was extremely fast. So we'll have to see if, Fab's got something up their sleeve here to deal with Zin's Chipp.
Mm-hmm. Only time will tell. We're starting off here between Zin, Chipp versus Fabs, Jacko, and already great anti-air. Just chasing down with these sweeps. Already has it locked into the corner, suffering the Goober pressure, and just like that, the opening. And I don't even think you had too many crazy touches, right? It was just a few there towards the end. Already half of Zin's health is gone. More than even. Boom.
Boom, indeed. Alright, no damage. The overhead, and we got so much tension here to play around with. Oh no! Well, not quite enough for that super though.
Yeah, I was definitely looking to see maybe, but nevertheless, right, 6 HS is a good amount of damage, getting it down to that final touch situation. As Zin takes the lead here with the first round win, think about just over 50% burst CH there, so it has some options available. And now just stagger pressuring, however, Fabs finds an opportunity to break out, right? Quick A.B.A, off in the sides, and just as Zin would try to dash in and challenge, we see the check there by Fabs. The wall break, a solid amount of damage, and a good amount of resources to his name, but at the BRC.
No way, that's gonna hurt.
Catch? Oh. I guess the other thing caught, and with a quick little wall mix, we're gonna go into the Zunz and Roga. Is it gonna be enough to kill? It's always a bit of a question, especially with no wall break damage, as it's just down to that last pixel. The K Alpha Blade to finish things off.
So we are just kind of continuing off, from that first set. Again, let us see if Fabs can find some way to turn this around.
Yeah, it needs some kind of footing, because Zin can play it very, very fast, run a lot of mix-ups on you, and then, Chipp is, I think more formally actually, a death by 1,000 cuts, but with the access of having the rope special, right, getting the effectively the wall run normals and the damage that comes with it, can see some of the punishes be a lot more dreadful for Fabs. And Fabs does find these opportunities to be able to lock down Zin, but system mechanics are giving him multiple opportunities to just break away and zoom You can see already the early burst there to just not let Fabs get started, and likewise coming out from Fabs.
You say the early burst gets the burn?
You might say that indeed. Oh, the double low.
Alright, there we go. Nice little neutral jump in the corner. And it's a lot of damage with the super again. Chipp not the kind of character that can survive too many of those hits, and just one hit away, but again, it is scary right into the Fabs. Just seen Sin play around this matchup so well.
It's very interesting is like how much Sin has been relying on Alpha Blades as of late as well, which is they're definitely a big knowledge check that Fabs could exploit, but it may just be one of those situations where the mental stack is so heavy, especially with the options that Chipp has available. Look at that, RC to just try and negate the deflect shield, push back with the Beta Blade to the very last active phase connecting. Over there we find the mash on the K Alpha Blade, denying the potential mix-up, and the DP punished right after Fabs. Looking alive.
Cheeky.
Some buns.
You know what? Just seems to be working out. They're just taking out some of those hitboxes, right? Discouraging Sin a little bit here. And if you get into this corner, no matter who you are, Fabs is extremely good at using that offense on Jacko, right? So it is scary regardless of what kind of player you are. And, there we go. Getting the first game on the board here. And now finally the set looks interesting. Ooh.
Yeah, you could see how scary it is between these two players, and what effectively looks to be the case that this is a matchup heavily determined by momentum, of course, with the likes of Fabs getting quite a lot of setup thanks to just being able to drop goobers and run some very scary disjointed pressure for about, like, if the resources allow it, 30 seconds. And Zin with the blinding mix-up, right? So like the first player to really maintain control over the other is likely to just run away with the game.
Yep, absolutely. Gonna just counter hit there. Okay. Bursting.
For the time being, looking for an opportunity to strike and finds it. Red RC baits the burst, and this is really, really bad for Fabs. This is the kind of situation you want to avoid. Thankfully, right, not a lot of resources generated to be able to get the hard knockdown with the super, but possibly bonus is ticking. The Red RC finds the rope combo as well as the damage that goes with it. Closes out that round.
Oh, it's well activated. Nice little, what would you even call that? Anti-air? When he's on the rope? Ground to rope? I don't know.
Yeah, ground. It's I wonder if it's like his 6P on rope has his upper body invuln, because he can do something really funny, but I can't say for sure.
Yeah, chat, would you count that as anti-air or grounded hit when he's on the rope?
True.
That's a philosophical question right now for you, but anyways, it is. Ooh, wait a second, Fabs now being put in the corner here. Tension building up for Sin. Almost 2 bars, and yeah, we are just doing the burst there, trying to get the best of this round. Does not, of course, want to go down 2-1.
Ooh. And Zin bursting back as well. Gets that far slash counter. Gamma Blade does connect raw. Could be a nice bit of damage here. We go for the Zanzenroga, so if it kills, very nice, but if it doesn't, then it's going to be a mid-speed knockdown, and that's kind of kill. Indeed, Zin taking the lead back in the set, right? Making it 2-1.
Yeah, it was indeed just very nice.
Very nice. Yeah, it's always scary with super like Zanzenroga, because of course the damage is shifted quite heavily into Zanzenroga compared to the other super, whereas the other super is just almost purely designed just to be like effectively like a glorified special, just to get that wall break and the knockdown property.
Yeah.
But if you really want to kill Zanzenroga, and then you just gotta truly hope that it kills, because you don't have the added benefit of the wall break damage.
Away. I'm just gonna pressure in there. The burst. Bursting right back there. Backs.
Nice air cap, and version to go with it as well, all the way to the corner of the wall, splat. Another one of those situations that Fabs gets to keep interacting for the time being, as Sin wasn't able to build the tension to get the super for the hard knockdown, but with the life lead that he has, you can see the way he's dancing around, and what a whip punish on the whip sweep, and the patience, just shimmying out, baiting the deflect shield, 100 bar to his name, but he won't even have to use one.
It's going to be set point now for Sin. Let's see here. Will YoKai's currently strongest warrior on this bracket be able to lose his finals here? Will it be the stop? A returning warrior in Sin. Very, very solid. Hard knockdown, dash in. Dash there. We see a lot of Fabs trying to jump in the corner. Bad idea, but it seems like Sin has core on.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he's running pressure off of 2S, having that whip cancel into the 2H is just one of those things to be able to react against the situation of like, oh, my opponent's just jumping.
There we go. Sin will be our winner. Will be the one to fight Tiger Pop, and we are actually going to get another run back here.
Yeah. Back to back, kind of interesting like that, and Tiger Pop really showed him what's what, as Sin kind of I think it's like the way he was talking about it in the stream matches, it was very overwhelming for him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he has like such reverence for Tiger Pop. Because that's one of the the interesting things, like the mental games you have to play against somebody that you know is really good. Like this is the known player of the game, and you are you, right? How do you move past their prestige to be able to put your best effort out there to do what you can, you know?
I feel like Sin has always been a player where I would think that they wouldn't mind that much with stuff like that. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe you've been you've been at it long enough.
Yeah, and Sin has always been kind of a cheeky player as well, so I think maybe not one. You know, everyone can be nervous, sure, in the face of adversity.
Yeah,
I agree. Before, the interesting part here is, of course, that before Tiger Pop really was somebody who we saw in Season 2, right, with Happy Chaos Lord. Before that, in Season 1, it was Sin was one of the ones doing really well in tournaments, so...
Okay. Ooh, nice IB there on the very end to just not offer any pushback and get that punish against Zin, but as soon as it started, it's over, and both players having the burst expanded. We can see Zin just trying to dance around, but Tiger Pop barely able to get that one hit to safely be able to uninstall and preserve the Jazzy Rage gauge. Again, another really good IP against the Rekka 1.
A lot of damage. Yikes. Ouch.
Owie.
Owie sowie.
Ooh, yeah. Bar slash. The goat. Now look at the scale damage. The Wild Assault definitely did assist in getting that corner carry, but very painful on the damage count. But hopefully the positive meter bonus you're generating off of it is worth the trade-off. However, the momentum that Zin is able to keep up here so far is seeming to be making more than well enough up for the earlier Wild Assault.
Okay, nice. Yeah, it's like a forced to burst there, right? They wanted to have a shot at getting back into this round. Oh no! Sniped out the air, and that's gonna hurt.
Oh, it's gonna hurt quite a bit here. Look at the wall break, no hard knockdown, but look at the Jazzy H gauge on A.B.A, right? That's going to be a lot of room to be able to experiment with. But the BRC to try and take the early control, but probably just like that, finds an opportunity to break away and just do a ton of damage, cementing that first game win.
Yeah. Stuff. What is less good, chat, is that we have 26 codes remaining on Match Arena. Of course, we are about 100 people in chat right now, so I would very much love if anyone claim a code, that would be very, very nice.
Any code claimers? Any code claimers? But yeah, the numbers don't add up. Wait, that's in on Potemkin. Hold up.
Yep. Sin was playing Potemkin actually the last Salty day, so
As well, play one of the undisputed touch. I mean, like, Chipp's also quite up there, but I think in terms of the risk-reward damage trade-off, you're in a much better spot playing Potemkin because you can just take a ton of more hits, and of course there's just the whole amount of tension he's able to build up. However, at the same time, right, like, Tiger Pop is just very familiar with the matchup. Like, the way that round played out, it almost makes me feel like it was a mistake to switch to Potemkin. So hopefully Fabs can make up, or Zin can make up for it.
Downstairs. And this switch is not looking good, man. Just gonna say it.
No.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay, that works.
Probably not as effective as it would be on block like this, right? Because you just run in, you're able to set a devious mix-up, right? Looking for the fuzzy, but instead just delays ever so slightly for the cross-up instead. And I don't think it's going to be quite killed just yet, but just one touch. Tiger Pop to close things out, and with the Jesse Rage Gate, look at the movement here, and the PRC after. This time that 5P mash, but just the blinding pace in which Tiger Pop can traverse across the screen is too much for Zin to handle, and yeah, I don't know. The Potemkin, not the vibe, it seems.
Yeah, not really. I mean, if you lost, 4 games in a row against someone on one character, I can see the point. If you have a pocket character, you're thinking maybe, right? But usually that maybe is always a bad idea, unless that character is as good as you mean.
Yeah, and I think in terms of like discussion about having pocket characters, I'm of the personal belief that you should invest in a pocket character to round out your matchups, right? Because like if it's a good game, you're never gonna have one character that like is going to have a nice and even spread or winning spread across the board. There will be some disaster matchups here and there, and you just pick up the other character that deals with like the outliers. The ones that you are truly uncomfortable playing into. So we can see Zin here going back to the Chipp as even he understood what happened last game.
And yep, I like it, right? I don't feel like the Chipp matches, even though of course, if inevitably you lost them, I feel like the Chipp matches were looking good, right? So definitely
Looking fine. Just didn't really close out games, but the interactions just looked a lot more solid and stable for Zin compared to the Potemkin, which, well, in Potemkin's case, there was never really a chance to interact. Install, the chase down here comes looking for the finish, the PRC, an interesting little hit there. Nevertheless, able to just scramble and get the next pickup, trying to go for the throw, but the backdash from Zin is going to clear away. Got with punish going as well. Walls flat, but not enough to kill. Not enough meter for the super to close things out with. So just needs that last touch. Oh, that is unfortunate. I don't know what Zin was looking for there, but definitely the case of Tiger Pop just PRCing, seeing the startup of the DP is very tragic indeed.
Yep. Go to the wall here. Alright, good stuff here from Sin. Jumping in, gonna get anti-ad.
That didn't look like it should have hit, but hey, we move. However, Sin with the burst here and the pickup thereafter. Gonna get the wall splat. Won't need the meter to find the kill here. So, 1 round away from putting a game on the board, which will be a great improvement compared to the last time these two faced off earlier in the bracket. Nice. Good recognitions to see that the explosion from the RC did not connect, so the burst was coming. Now just maintaining a nice life lead, the corner pressure as well. Sin could be mounting up to game win here.
Okay, there we go. Is gonna connect. Ooh,
Very nice.
Yep, very nice. So, yeah, Sin on the board here. Get a game.
We got ourselves a little bit of a set on our hands, so we'll see if Zin can keep this up because that was looking really, really solid, right? Just great all-around control, maintaining pressure consistently, and at the same time finding these opportunities to just weave an RC here and there, either for confirm or just for the raw purpose of baiting out a burst, and just denying Tiger Pop the usage of system mechanics to try and take a moment to be able to at least interact a bit. Not even like necessarily take their turn back, but just to interact and play the game.
Yep. Pretty interesting here. So I feel like, again, going back to that Potemkin game, right? I feel like this could have been maybe even better situation for Sin had he kept playing the Chipp. Of course, we will never know, but ooh, nice little backdash.
Yeah, just deciding to give up on the combo there to hopefully have Tiger Pop burst, but just the patience being rewarded now with Zin close towards the corner. Once the roll picks up, yeah, and does find an opening, but however, OTG hit there, unfortunately. Very, very painful drop, and we can see the RC there from Tiger Pop as they find themselves once again on set point.
Yeah. And again, that is gonna hurt. Big counter hit. Tension going up here. Woof. And this might be the beginning of the end. Burst called out, but somehow still alive. What is going on? What is going on? The DPs!
Oh no!
How?
Uninstalled, giving the time to recover off the Beta Blade. Just look at this. With brief opportunities of the spaghetti. He's now lining up in Zin's favor here. Gonna get the hard knockdown out, as well as a bit of a positive beater bonus running.
Yeah, like,
backwards BRC just able to slide away.
Okay.
And we were being too hyphy.
Yeah. It was like 3 times the charm, right? No more than that.
Yeah.
You know, that's not good.
Holy.
Yeah.
Well, at least, you know, improvement from last time. So it's a game.
And
that's maybe good showing.
Maybe the right call wasn't for random DPs.
Hey, listen. If you're afraid of some of these, like,
it's true,
longer buttons on A.B.A, right? Especially when you're trying to make sure that Tiger Pop isn't freely just getting back Jealousy Rage gauge, might as well just throw one in there, you know? Just a quick little DP. See if you know, Tiger Pop is not getting ahead of themselves there with just swanging out these normals. But at the same time, right, I don't expect Tiger Pop to do so because there's like some really nasty disjoints on Chipp's side.
Say it fast 3 times. Jealousy Rage gauge.
You almost couldn't say it.
Yeah.
Let me lock in. Jealousy Rage gauge. Jealousy Rage gauge. Jealousy Rage gauge. Oof! I didn't nail it. I did not nail it. No. Just like that R in between.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of L's. Just...
Alright, so grand finals it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be PataChu P1 here on the Sin and Tiger Pop. Rocking that A.B.A right the entire time today on P2.
We're heading into this. Do not forget, right? Make sure to claim those match arena codes, as the prize will go to, if I'm not mistaken, one of these two. We still have 23 codes left to be claimed, so do not hesitate. Support these players as we're going to get right into it. PataChu versus Tiger Pop. Action. Things off with some good footsies on the side of PataChu. Getting the burst out there from Tiger Pop. Now, to survive the Jealousy Rage gauge pressure. Opportunities to challenge, but just see Tiger Pop staying out of the range. However, it isn't enough. PataChu was able to find the connection there. Now just trying to leverage the life lead here. And the burst bait coming out. Fade away, nice. Big tag there, but didn't have the stamina to be able to convert. Nevertheless, also didn't really opt to go for another normal there. Go block on overhead. Last bit of stamina, really trying to exercise every last bit of resources here just to find that final opening. Stamina is starting to regenerate and does find a 2K. And the run up. That's dust.
Alright. That's right. Goes to the birthday boy. How old do you think PataChu's getting today? I would say
he's on the younger side, if I'm not mistaken. So I'd say like 24.
Yeah, I was like 25, I would say. 25.
Nice. Good conversion, good corner carry. Just slide shimmying, but behind the player biting. Just finding the install there. Starting things off with the cat scratches, and there's a lot of gauge here for Tiger to play with. But wow, the 2P instantly into the RC for the confirm. That's a lot of resources to his name. He's going to find the tire and barrel. Not going to be enough to kill just yet. Stamina's looking a little low here compared to the amount of wealth on the side of Tiger.
Yeah, just wanted to... that was pretty good defensive play there, right? Using that FD to kind of get out of the block stun, and the DP will take care of that. First game to PataChu there. Nice.
Yeah. Being ready for clash cancels is a very commendable skill, because like with one thing hit confirming, the other thing is like it's really just one of those situations where you just don't expect this to occur, right? Like a lot of times when you press moves, you input your specials, it's with the intention that it achieves a certain goal. And with the DP, right, the goal is very much let this blow through whatever they're trying and I will hit them on the end. But it clashing, like, you just have to be familiar with that overall. And maybe he buffers it. Who knows? Yeah. Or maybe he's just nice like that. You just gotta use whole FE behind. Yeah, exactly.
Duel 1.
Right, game 2. Let's see if anything changes here immediately. FD coming out from Tiger there, but they're just gonna be stuck in the corner yet again.
In there, take a pop on that early key grab. Just make sure the install gets away cleanly without a burst coming out from PataChu. He's able to just maintain the corner pressure despite the burst attempt from PataChu to escape. Very, very devious and fast RC mix-up is going to be setting up for a significant life advantage here for Tiger Pop's side.
Absolutely. Around the lightning, and as we know, that is going to do a bunch of damage. Actually, not that much. Is immediately going to force Tiger to spend the burst here.
Like arrows from both sides, but 6B does connect. Quick RC, just take your time to get this confirm running. Push him all the way to the corner, and the Tyrant Barrel to find the finish. What a comeback there by PataChu. A little bit of spaghetti there, as both of them were trying to set up for some... Like, at least Tiger Pop was setting up for a very interesting cross-under mix-up, but ended up pressing the button the wrong way, sadly.
Yeah. Nice again, DP connecting. Let's set up something here. It's very patient play from Tiger there, and finds the gap in the offense, and now will be the one to put on the pressure here. But dude, how do you see that? What?
Hey, that's part of why you spend the bar on that, right? Not only does it hold them down, but it's just visual clutter to allow you to get that mix-up going.
There's actually crazy amount of visual clutter there. Very hard to see. I still remember in the old days TBFC that some players would actually turn off effects, so you could see in between the mix, no visual clutter. It's like the
I forgot which
right
character
there.
was that just completely gets blown up if you're able to turn off those types of effects.
Yeah. Alright, gonna go in. I wonder if you could do that in this game with like a potato mod or something.
You could, but at that point, like, you really are just kind of cheating.
Yes, sir. It wouldn't do too much in this game either, I feel like, compared to...
No, I think it's very rare the situation you find where like there's so much obfuscation that you can't see the mix-up coming. Like we talk about this A.B.A. Super, I think the other one is like the big arrow explosion from the Bedman install.
Alright, not a true combo there, but doesn't matter. It's going to be 1-1. Tiger tying it up here. Very nice. Very, very nice. Alright.
Yeah, coming a little faster this time as well, because last time, if I'm not mistaken, PataChu kicked things off with a 2-game lead, to which then Tiger Pop responded with that 1. But now things evening out. We'll see if it's going to be more of a back and forth. But nevertheless, right, Tiger Pop coming in from this loser side is going to have to win a cumulative 6 games. So right, 3 right now, reset, and then 3 after. And PataChu just needs to win 2 more.
Yeah, I mean, it would be... I guess it would be fitting today, of all days, to get a Grand Finals reset, right? Because it's 10:30, a little bit over 10:30, and we're in the Grand Finals. That is not normal. I guess we did get cheated.
I wouldn't necessarily complain about that, right?
No, I gotta finish my season pass 2xKO anyway, so before I get to
exactly. Yeah, very nice. Good Danzai and nice with the damage. I mean, Tiger Pop heard the urgency of you having to finish your 2xKO battle pass, and is now ramping up the ante here.
That's gonna hurt though. PataChu. A nice bite of food. And good blocks. In the end though, it's not enough. Oh, that's a big whiff. Uh-oh.
Running out of that last bit of stamina and just like that, able to find the opening. Gonna go up for the RC extension instead, right? Using the stamina later down the line. Now, without the meter to be able to get the super, knockdown does allow Tiger Pop for this opportunity here. Generate some gauge back, find the install, keep in the corner, looking for the throw, but just like that, jump straight to the sky, not able to escape the corner just yet. Here comes the visual clutter.
Yeah, gonna... Ooh! But cheeky. And no meter though on the side of PataChu. But we have the burst here for Tiger. What a whiff.
Ooh, good PRC.
Yeah, we're just spending...
All our resources left.
Spending it all on movement there, and the burst is going to be spent, and what a good burst that was, because just securing game 3 there.
Yeah, I'm surprising that Tiger Pop would be willing to commit the burst like that, especially running a little low on Jesse rage. But I guess that might be exactly the situation. If you have the confidence to take the game, and you're running out of gauge, just might as well, because I think the distance that PataChu was playing it at, it was going to be really miserable if you were just forced out of the install. But here we see now Tiger Pop with the lead. He did enough to just take it on through and make it a reset happen. Or is PataChu going to be able to challenge and bring it to a game 5?
Yeah. Interesting seeing how this one goes, because again, getting that reset just well, already I feel like the momentum is on Tiger's side. Something happened, right, to swap it around.
Might be more the urgency as well from being in the loser side, right? There is no more safety nets, whereas PataChu just has that space, right, to be able to make some mistakes, get up to par once more, and you know, you want to make sure to be able to not gas yourself out in the first set, right, when you have another one to play out. Nice good whiff punish there on the anti-air attempt. Gonna cash out quickly into the tyrant barrel, doing a nice bit of damage as well as getting a hard knockdown. Nice amount of stamina as well, the positive meter bonus running, and now it's just a matter of playing around these longer range games, but just able to get the punish on the beak driver, doesn't quite hit the fuzzy, right, and yeah, very scary situation. Look for the deflect shield, but just like that, PataChu slips in with the throw. Gonna take that first round.
Good stuff there from PataChu. And saying, I don't want to go to an extended set. I got to play my rhythm games. It's my birthday.
Rhythm games. You got rhythm games to play. Come on. Yeah, look at these situations. It's kind of scary for PataChu. Spending a lot of stamina, didn't quite build the tension to give the hard knockdown, which means that he's in a very exposed state coming post wall break.
Oh, that's gonna work out very nicely there. Catching button, and look at that damage yoker from a single super. Oh my days.
Yeah, that's an extension part, right? The full 100 bar commitment to it. But the jump out there from TigerPop is going to find an opportunity to install now. We're in a very scary position. You see some FEs and some regular guards here from PataChu trying to create a little bit of space. The PRC to just stick right on top.
Ooh, what a block,
the burst.
No!
The goal burst out, but no punish because of it. Ooh, look like at the footsies. Slips through the far slash. Patience, looking for some kind of response from PataChu, but he's going to get the cat scratches, and OTG is going to be enough. TigerPop now with a set point.
1-to-1 here. Ding. Big counter hit, alright. Bring A.B.A towards the corner.
So, we make for some nice damage cash out, and PataChu recognizes that. Gonna go for the burst early. A little anti-air there, but has to be careful with these beak drivers, especially with the Jealousy Rage active. The movement speed from A.B.A can just suddenly blindside you when you think you're safe to recover from a whip beak driver.
That's gonna hurt. The FD from both players there.
I don't think it's going to be enough to kill just
I
yet.
don't think so either, no.
It's going to be a good amount of damage, right? And next to that, hard knockdown. PataChu's down to his final mistake.
Good jump out. Ooh, the anti-air connecting. Got tension. Wait a second, Yogurt. Wait.
BRC, dagger pressure. Trying to play the long distance game, right? Especially now that TigerPop is with rage. Tries to go for the wall assault, but can't get it to connect. And ooh, PataChu just barely lucking out there. Able to make it, take it to game 5. Oh my. Ooh. It was definitely a very smart choice, right? To just back away and just try to see if you can catch TigerPop overcommitting, because without the, especially being uninstalled, with no gauge at all to find just a brief window to install, you have to play the really punished slow movement game of base A.B.A. And to just try and get close, you sometimes have to swing quite hard, and that's exactly the moment that PataChu was looking to strike. But yeah, TigerPop hit, but the wall assault just didn't connect. It's just so saddening.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy ending there. Both players, right? Really trying to get that final hit, and it's always so scary when you're in that position. But it is Pata being the more clutch here of the two this time around, and yeah, game 5.
Yep. I like this. Just keep the combo tight, compact, right? Quick uninstall, because it could have been a really scary point, especially if TigerPop decides to push it further with the burst of PataChu available. What a jump in there! And finally, PataChu opting to burst here. It's a pretty good situation ahead for himself, as now uninstalled with next to no gauge available. Does have a little bit 50 meter available, so there is still room to try something. But even then, right? Were they ever to go to mid-screen, the movement on the side from TigerPop is going to be oh so punished.
Lightning, look at that pressure. Again, we got 2 stacks of tension, but it doesn't matter if you get hit like that. Still gonna work out? No, but we are just...
Oh, this could be RC, but no, not given the chance. Comes down from the sky, smiting. Big counter hit. TigerPop once again on that reset point. Oh. Unfortunate timing there on the side for PataChu, as TigerPop with the fantastic opener, the uninstall, reinstall, a nice grip of bar, no hard knockdown, but that's alright, you can just do this instead.
Yeah, let's just clutter up the screen, right, and Pata now forced to spend that burst, but it's looking real ugly here. Again, the visual clutter comes out. The FD, but we are gonna go to that reset. I have no doubt here.
Yeah, and there's a fuzzy. I mean, there's only so many. I think with the amount of gauge that Tiger Pop had, there was so many more guesses that PataChu had to take to actually survive that string. And then there would be the whole implication thereafter of like, okay, you have to go and now play out the neutral. Maybe A.B.A has just UH gauge, maybe she doesn't. And it's just constantly having to like expose yourself to like just a potential mash. There's so much health on the side from Tiger Pop to just be able to, you know, gamble a bit of it and just look for a mash, a trade even to close out the round. But hey, hold on.
Lucy. Yes, Rach, we are finishing that season pass. Because I won't have time tomorrow for sure. So.
Duel 1.
That ranch dressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, from time to time we do see PataChu busting out the Lucy here. He does enjoy the character despite how a lot of people would consider her safe in the game.
Little anti-act me out. Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone who can play characters that might be underwhelming, I would say it's PataChu. Right, we've seen it on Sin, we've seen it on Elphelt, we've seen it on Lucy. This guy got game. Rexu, did you know that it's apparently PataChu's birthday today?
Yeah.
According to Twitter, at least. There we go, backing away.
Backdash, able to just narrowly avoid the wild assault here. Yeah, good patience. Gets up the quadruple toxicity here. Gonna be a lot of poison damage being dealt. Yeah, which is a really good option to, you know, characters with higher guts. Yeah, it's just unscaled damage ticking away at the health bar. It's really, really good.
Alright, well, at least for this game, Lucy looking kinda good. That also, you know,
I think,
how many Lucy players at this level do we even have in the region?
I think it's just PataChu, really. I really don't know. Like, the only one I've ever seen being able to break out Lucy to the point that I was able to experience it here has been PataChu consistently. Yep. But I think it's very funny that like Arc is like 2 for 2 for like people who are really excited about a character, and then they just come out and it's like, yeesh, this one's rough to play.
I mean, it's like, what would you rather have, right? The character's broken or it's rough to play?
You know, I think for people that really like their marketable character, that they would really want it to be broken.
Right, again. Oh, poison there, but
I mean, there's good times for Lucy, especially when she's able to maintain pressure. But when PataChu does get overwhelmed by the A.B.A pressure, it is lights out. But you have the 50 meter, you have the shock state ready to go, and there is the pickup.
This time, damage too, but we want to get that tension. We want to get that hard knockdown off the roll break here. Nice.
We
access
contagion.
So much damage.
Look at the damage tick away as well. Like that extra bit where you're just stuck on the wall waiting, and the damage keeps amping. It's a very good option to go for, especially with combos for sure.
Pressuring in.
I've seen some interesting application coming out from PataChu with it against like Tekken on pressure, where it just locks out any sort of tension gain.
Yeah.
Ooh, the clash!
Yeah, the clash into straight up winning afterwards. And again, look at that. I should say the life just ticking down. Tiger right now. Woof.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting whiff there. But just like that, we find the entry thanks to the PRC, able to just get the install going, the raw overhead connecting. straight away into the super. Gonna get the hard knockdown. A lot of Jesse Rage to play with here. Backdash VLC, the chase down. PataChu forcefully taking his turn, but all good things must come towards an end, as this is going to be the win for Tiger Pop.
Alright, 1-1. See, I think in a lot of games, right, modern games, I don't think characters really tend to be that bad, even if they're at the bottom of the tier list, right? It's kind of an interesting thing where I feel like in older games, sure, maybe sometimes certain characters are just like not viable at all, but I do feel like in newer games, it's maybe it means you have like some matchups that are like 6.5 or something, right? Or maybe even just 6.4s. I think generally balance is fairly good in newer games.
I think it's as you say, right, where it's just their spread is just rougher than other characters, so you must really like the character to put up with it. Oh, an unfortunate DP there. Big punish, trying to keep A.B.A with the gun now. Looking for an opportunity to at least just, get the Jesse Rage gauge to expire. Wow, with the parry on the DP there. Slide on through, but it doesn't stop PataChu from DPing nevertheless.
It's gonna connect. Dashing in. Look at the damage again, just ticking down. Oh my days. Ouch.
Yeah, there's still a little bit left on the Contagion, so PataChu's able to find the next hit. Like, look at it go a little further down to the last touch, and that will do it. What a recovery, especially like. You almost might want to just burst when the quadruple Contagion is thrown out, because if you're able to just escape from the combo, then you're not going to be holding the poison.
Overhead connecting though, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. It's okay. You have a round lead. You can let things hurt. You can let go.
Well, you don't have a round lead for much longer if it hurts like that, because
I mean, sometimes when you have a round lead, you can like take a break, get up, stretch your legs, let go of the pad, let your opponent just do their thing, and then come back to alright, locked in for this next round.
And it's gonna, I should say, right? We see these rounds where when Tiger finally, gets on the offensive, it just seems like PataChu gets completely overwhelmed and not really that many options to do much about it. Hard knockdown. Enshin, well, on both sides. Gonna use that deflect shield there for Tiger. That means no burst available the rest of the game. The anti-air will secure that win. 2-1 PataChu.
Nicely done. Yeah, Lucy looking really on fire. And there's also the aspect of when characters aren't too, let's say like underrepresented because of perceptions in strength, that it leaves a gap in where players actually spend their efforts to practice against, right? So they're, for a lot of experienced players, they want to really focus their attention on the widely represented and considered very strong characters. So this could be a matchup gap in, or sort of a gap in knowledge of the matchup for Tiger Pop.
Yeah. I mean, again, I would say, right, that I would say that a lot of the time, right, for modern tier lists, it's usually about the matchups, right? Certain characters can be completely fine in some matchups and really bad in others, which makes them low on the tier list. It's more about being consistent at tournaments than for how far you go in the tier list. So,
certainly.
I think clearly showing that Lucy can be pretty scary, although, of course, clear weaknesses.
Opts for the hero burst here, and unfortunately loses in the air to wear, so that's going to be quite the costly burst. PataChu is going to have to make this one count. He needs to get another round to his name, or just a significant amount of positive meter bonus generation to be able to get that burst gauge back. But thanks to the shock state, able to get the extension off of the end here. Applies the contagion, the wall flat. I'm going to be able to use most of it though, but it's still installing. Now, PataChu needs to find the next hit while the timer is ticking down.
Not able to here, and it just runs out, right?
Doesn't doesn't really benefit from it. It's a good extension piece, right? Because it effectively acts as a glorified combo RC, but if you're not able to like maintain the hits and access the benefits of the install, then yeah, that's a 50 meter down the drain, really.
Burst there and stay alive, and that means we are gonna go YoKai to a game 5, a second game 5. Complaining about we didn't have enough matches, that we were ending early. Well, 3-2, 3-2.
For you, keeping you away from the 2xKO Battle Pass grind.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Can't have you unlocking that Braum Chroma.
Doing it for my locals, even, you know.
Oh yeah, true. You have to, offline version has everything unlocked by default, no?
No, not costumes.
Really?
It has 0 costumes.
Did they change that from the early access then? In early access, you had it in the offline mode, you just had access to those things.
I think it just has every character.
Okay.
And like the base colors, and that's it.
You know, I did notice that it outplayed actually, as you mentioned it, so very interesting there. But here it is. Final game, final round in the reset. There's going to be nothing left after this one, and things are starting off rather aggressive here. On the side of PataChu, we have the shock state ready to go.
Yes. And interesting, right? We are sticking with the Lucy here. The Lucy and the Sin, you know, both doing well. So maybe just saying that maybe the momentum is more on the Lucy side right now than the Sin's. Interesting. Oh, gonna get that throw though, and look at that. Gosh, the Contagion, yeah, it's gonna hurt so much here, and it is gonna be tournament point. Birthday boy.
Clutch, able to slip on by there. Down to that last one.
Take down it. Not that big. We'll be able to set up the offense here. Oi, good whiff punish.
Oh wow, just constantly whiffing throws, also not getting hit at all. But ends up paying dearly for that last one there. FD barricade space, but just that slight delay.
Right, final game, final round, double Luigi here. Couldn't be any closer than this. Starting out with the anti-air. Dieng, okay, gonna connect with the low here. Both players got burst. We are gonna have 5D though, and tension building up for PataChu. Jill's Rage coming in for Tiger now. What's gonna happen?
Contagions installing it, but you need to make the hits count. Does find one. You see the poison ticking away a little bit. Nevertheless, able to find that desperate final hit. Looking to burst bait, and ends up spending it later on down the line. Still 50 meter to his name. Going to install once more Contagions on the deck. Lining them up. Just needs that hit to confirm and start getting the poison to tick away at the health of Tiger Pop. Tiger Pop playing it really slowly right now because, as you know, Jealousy Rage PH able to wait it up patiently long enough to expire the Contagion.
Yeah. Oh,
footsies, and there it is. A shock state for the confirm.
That is it. It will be PataChu on his birthday winning. And yeah, we couldn't have written a better story, right?
Say no less as well, which is quite an achievement. See, I'm wondering if he's going to start breaking it out for the World Tour Finals, or if we're going to see more Lucy in the next season. We shall see.
Yep.
There it is, right? Congratulations to PataChu for winning the first SaltyEU Strive of the year there.
Yep. So, 2026 already shaping up to be a good year. Mm-hmm. Interesting things to happen for sure with this game, right? With 2.0 as well coming out at some point. One day, right?
One day. All our woes will be solved. You know, Leo back turn will be removed.
Yeah, Leo will be removed. I've heard from Daisuke himself that Leo is not in the game. It's just removed.
True. Leo's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Happy Chaos reworked. Potemkin, or Axel, yet another rework. They're gonna change
I
all
actually
his
heard that
once
Happy Chaos will be a grappler. I heard.
Oh, true.
It's kind of weird, but you know, we'll see what they hook up with that. I heard that they'll give Axel his DP back in 2.0.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, it is true. And also heard that the Temkin will be a solar. So it'll be interesting for sure, seeing how that goes. The gunshot will be a command grab. There we go. There we go. Sin will have a cooking minigame as his level 1 super. Kind of like Monster Hunter style, where you got to time it to see if the meat is cooked proper. If you don't, you'll lose life. Yeah. It's good. It's gonna be fun. I think Terry from King of Fighters is also gonna be DLC. I heard. So. That's gonna be it for tonight, though. Thank you very much, everyone who participated, watched, especially, of course, man like Yucker helping out on commentary. Notes.
As always.
But it's not. Ash. Whenever I don't stream for a little bit, the bot always dies.
I mean, Twitter's on screen anyways, but.
How will they know? They can't click a link. Think they're gonna type?
Don't click on the link anyways. I rarely even post. I think the first time I posted was like did an actual like me post was the Outplay post. That was it.
Yeah, I can't believe, chat, that you let 20 codes remain on Sin's birthday. Like, not Sin, PataChu. Being mixed up here. We're old, so it's okay. Yeah, I can't believe you're getting mixed by PataChu. I'm being mixed. Whoa, okay. I gotta go play 2xKO before it's too late. My brain is already scrambling. 5.
I'll keep the shield short because there's nothing going on yet. I will be at Frosty's. I don't know if any other. I know some EU people are going over. I don't know who, but say hi if you're there. Otherwise, yeah, Zero Fundamentals end of the month. No Strive, but we got Central Fiction, Xrd, and Under Night, if that suits your fancy. And for the rest, I guess just stay tuned for the end of the season of Strive. Right, March, big Arc World Tour finals, and then after that, I think we're going small break, and it's back with what's like the kickoff event usually.
That's a good question. You honestly. Yeah, I don't think Leffen would enter Strive probably. Already qualified right for the finals, so. I'm jealous you're gonna go to Frosty, man. That's such a good tournament.
Yep.
I had a really good time last year. Sure.
I'm very interested to see how it goes.
See if you can even get into the US.
I got listen. You know, the NL and US for now we're okay. I did see the joint statements. I'm like, ooh, hopefully it's only tariffs that he keeps throwing. But you know, I do sincerely hope things calm down by the time Combo Breaker rolls around, because I do have my hotel booked for that and the entry bought. So fun times we live in.
Are we rating right now? I don't really know any of these players streaming Strive right now. You have a good shout here?
Oh, I'd see like live channels. There's a guy called Brian, and then there's Lord Knight, and the rest is playing 2xKO.
We could rate the Brian guy. They're gonna go to Frosty Faustings, apparently.
On topic.
Topic, yeah. I think Sato, his economy. That's interesting. I see a VTuber, so they're probably not cringe. Maybe. It's always scary.
Yeah.
I have like I have a little bit trauma from raiding people sometimes, and I'm like, God damn it.
No, you take a risk there. I mean,
Yeah, it's a gamble. It's a gamble.
It's a gamble when you try to like expose a group of people to a newer person, and then it's the make or break that they're looking for. But at the same time, right? It's like, does it fit your very serious and?
I'm very serious and not.
Yeah,
toxic.
you're very serious. Very no swears in my profile.
All right. Have a good one, everyone. Peace out.
Later.